High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin. Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Bauer finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout. A perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go. Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look, shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Carnum Productions, Energetic Media Solutions.
It is Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, here at Choctaw Stadium. Here, ready for the home opener of the Sam Houston Texans. And this is Zach Carnum Productions bringing you Texans football on Friday night, presented to you by John Wade Roofing. This is John Holly on the call with my new pal, John Ethan, the Lamar graduate, next to me on my right. We're going to be watching some good old football of the Sam Houston Texans as they start their season.
Yes, sir.
Fans, we want to let you know that our pregame show is brought to you by Chapman Cornelius. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Inc. They're a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. So don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you set up a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business needs and budget. Call April or Jason today at 817-265-3346 or go to chapman-cornelius.com. John Ethan, this is your first chance to watch the Sam Houston Texans. It's your first chance to be on the mic. You'll be running some color for me tonight as we play-by-play for the Texans. Tell me how you're feeling.
I'm feeling great for any sort of debut sports calling event. To do it here at Choctaw Stadium would be an honor and a half, I would say. So I am very excited to call my first ever game here at Choctaw. Sam Houston versus North Mesquite. I mean, it's a Friday evening, late August, in Texas. What's better than some high school football?
That's right. You being a Lamar grad, me being an Arlington grad,
Yeah.
You know how high school football is here in the city of Arlington. Speaking of the teams from the city of Arlington, last night, Zap got a chance to cover two of those teams, Arlington and Bowie. The Arlington Colts got a win in their road opener versus Byron Nelson, while the Bowie Volunteers fell to Prosper Rock Hill in a game that me and Zach were at last night. So Zap is 1-1 to start opening weekend, looking to see if we can make it a winning weekend, going 2-1. Sam Houston Texans looking to get a win here under new coach Bobby Watkins for the Sam Houston Texans. He's from Mesquite. He came from the Mesquite area, Mesquite ISD, so he's seen the Stallions of North Mesquite. So this is a chance for him to be in a new environment, new year, as Chris James, the head coach from Sam Houston, retired at the end of last season. And we're looking to see a new change here on the east side of Arlington. John Ethan, it's hot outside. What are you expecting with the players with 100 degrees? We feel it here in the booth. We're at midfield. We can feel the heat sweating still.
Yes, sir. You can definitely feel it out here. I think the one thing that I'm expecting to see is a lot of hydration. I know I'm sure going to be drinking a lot of water, and I know those boys out there definitely need it. I saw so many water breaks from the referees at the Arlington game yesterday, so I would definitely expect a lot of that as well.
Speaking of that, let's go ahead and talk to you who sponsor our weather reports for Zap Productions. That is Modern West Windows and Doors. See the difference quality windows can make in your home in this crazy Texas weather with Modern West. It is currently 96 degrees outside with a high today at 101. And it's going to get cooler throughout the night, hopefully with a low expected 77. I doubt we're going to see that anytime soon, John Ethan. Maybe by halftime we'll get lucky and be near 90.
Yeah.
But it is 96 outside. Modern West, they do sponsor all of our weather reports for the Zap Productions this season. And going further, we thank them for sponsoring that for us. I want to highlight one player for the Sam Houston Texans I got a chance to see last year at homecoming, Carmelo Stokes, the quarterback for the Texans. He's coming back after having an impressive season. The team might not have had the success around him. He is a very good quarterback, dual threat. He has good legs, and he has targets out there. So look for Carmelo Stokes to get a lot of his name called tonight if the Texans want to get a win. And we'll get, as the players come out for the opening coin toss, we're going to step aside. We're going to go ahead and let you know about one of our sponsors as we get ready for this opening kickoff here at Choctaw Stadium. This is Texans football presented to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
And we're back here to Choctaw Stadium as we get ready for the opening kickoff and the national anthem here at Choctaw Stadium. The Sam Houston Texans will have a choir out there singing the national anthem for them as we get ready for this home opener. As you see, the Texans take the field in new uniforms this season, navy blue. Big Sam representing for the east side of Arlington here, and somewhat of the east side of Arlington, Choctaw Stadium, former home of the Texas Rangers. But they now play at Globe Life Field. And the Texans, they call this home for this season. We'll see them multiple times here and other places while Wildman Field is being renovated back at Sam Houston High School. North Mesquite won the toss there, elected to receive, so we're going to get a chance, Johnny, to see the quarterback Palacios, number 12. Palacios, he is a junior, 5'9", 170. He's going to lead the Stallions out for his first drive. We're going to get a chance to see what the Texans' new defense under his new head coach look like.
Yes, the new head coach, Tim Cedar, right? Tim Cedar.
And Tim Cedar for North Mesquite. Bobby Watkins is the coach of the Texans. Tim Cedar, he's looking to make the playoffs for North Mesquite. He's been at the Stallions High School for the last 6 years. Watkins, this is his first year. He came from the Mesquite ISD area.
Right, yes.
As we see the Texans choir on the field at the 50, they're going to sing the national anthem. As they sing the national anthem, we're going to step aside and let you listen to the beautiful voice of Big Sam Choir.
Let's see here. Sam Houston has number 21 defensive end, Alex O'Hare. Number 33 defensive tackle, Robert Zachary Jr. Number 44, Jaden Lawrence, defensive lineman, also a junior. And number 9, Dalvin Clark, a sophomore.
Yeah, a lot of new players on this team. As you said, Dalvin Clark, the sophomore at defensive end. He is going to be taking over the place for a lot of the seniors that left from Big Sam. As we know, Coach James retired from Sam Houston. He was an alumni there. He managed to get a big win last year, but the team wasn't able to find certain success under Coach James as he's trying to bring his alma mater back to once former glory. Let's try to see if the Texans can get it here. They'll be on defense first to start the game. The Stallion under Palacios, the quarterback, will be ready to go after this kick. We have two returners back at the 10-yard line as this kick is underway. Good kick, end over end kick, fielded at the 17-yard line. That ball's going to be muffed, and it is going to be recovered by... The Texans are saying they got it. It looks like it's going to be recovered by the Stallions. That ball was muffed on the kickoff by one of the upbacks, number 11 for North Mesquite. Went in trying to grab it. Aiden Redmond, the defensive back, almost cost this team the ball there at the start of the game. So it's going to be first and 10 ball on the 25-yard line.
Would have been really great to capitalize on that if you were Sam Houston, getting the ball back in 2 halves instead of 1. But thankfully for the mistake made by the North Mesquite team.
So we have Palacios at quarterback. Behind him is going to be Collins, the running back. Flexbone hands the ball off up the middle. That is going to be flags, both sides. False start, everybody. That's how the game's going to start for the Stallions. They came out in a flexbone formation, very Army-Navy-esque that you see. You don't see a lot of triple option, John Ethan, in high school, but when you're trying to get something going, you need a good run game. You get behind the big boys and you run that triple option all night.
Yes, sir. We definitely saw a lot of that during the Arlington game. Very interested to see how many of those we're going to see in today's game.
It is now first and 15. Ball is at the 20-yard line. Triple option again. Palacios fakes the handoff. No, he's going to hand it off up the middle to the fullback. That is going to be brought down after a gain of 3. Second down and 10. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Nope, they went ahead and marked them short. Second down and 12. Up to the 22-yard line after a run by Collins. Second down and 12. With that flex bone formation, you're going to see a lot of different running backs. You see Evans is the A back, Collins is the B back, and Sewell, he is the C back, all behind Palacios. Palacios under center. The Texans have 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Hands the ball off there. He's going to pitch it on the triple option. On the outside, there we go. That is Sewell who breaks to the outside. He finds a hole. He breaks the 50, the 40, the 30. The 20, and Sewell's going to walk on into the end zone with a opening drive touchdown. After a second and 12, Sewell, big run on the triple option, pitched it outside. Nobody from Sam Houston was anywhere in the vicinity. Walked in untouched, 6-0.
Definitely needed that, especially after a near fatal mistake at the beginning of the game. Way to capitalize off of that.
Now the extra point here pending after Sewell's big 78-yard touchdown run to start the game. Well, that's how things don't want to start if you're Sam Houston. The extra point is up, and it is good. So it is 7-0. The North Mesquite Stallions lead. As we come back on the other side of this break, we will see the Sam Houston Texans on offense for the first time. This is Texan football presented by John Wade Roofing.
Wade Family Funeral Home understands that saying goodbye is never easy. Since 1985, their family has been honored to shepherd local families through life's most difficult moments with compassion and respect. They provide exceptional care and trusted guidance while helping families create meaningful tributes that honor the lives of those they love. When you need them, Wade Funeral Home and Crematory is here to walk alongside your family every step of the way. Call 817-274-9233 to learn more.
Back here to Choctaw Stadium after a opening drive touchdown that went 78 yards on a big play from Sewell, the running back, out of the triple option to give the North Mesquite Stallions a 7-0 lead over the Sam Houston Texans. 11 minutes left to go in the first quarter. John Holly on the call with John Ethan to my right, bringing you some local Arlington action on the Zap Network. As North Mesquite is ready to kick the ball off to the Texans for the first time this season. We'll see Carmelo Stokes, the quarterback, highly touted dual threat quarterback from Sam Houston. As this ball is going to be kicked into the air, end over end kick, good kick, fielded at the 7-yard line, and that's where the Texans are going to take off for the return. We brought down after some good blocking, but only managed to get 10 yards on the return at the 17. That was number 22 for Sam Houston on the return. Chimele Akinya. Now we see Carmelo Stokes coming out for the first time this season for the Texans offense. Next to him will be Melbourne, the running back, number 10. Ja'Cory Melbourne, the senior. So a lot of experienced players this year for Bobby Watkins in his first year here in East Arlington. Two receivers right, shotgun. You have an H-back to the left, man in motion. Fakes the handoff. He's going to hand it up the middle to Melbourne. Fighting for something. He's going to get brought down after a good run of 4 down at the 21-yard line. Second down, Sam Houston.
Yeah, he almost got through that gap right there, but just couldn't quite break that first tackle.
Looking for big things tonight between the offensive linemen. That ball from Melbourne ran up behind the butt of Washington and Johnson, the center and right guard. You need to get good push for the linemen as North Mesquite is down there with 3 down linemen, 3-3-5 formation on defense for the Stallions. Spread, shotgun look, 2 receivers left and right. Melbourne to the back of Carmelo. Sends a man in motion, 3 receivers right. Hands the ball off. Good run up by the middle, finds a hole. Brought down after a run with a flag on the play. Looks like it might be a face mask. After Melbourne managed to get 3 to 4 yards there, brought down at the 25-yard line. Flag on the play. Should be a face mask on North Mesquite. It's a free first down, and Sam Houston would take it after a good, strong few yards on that run.
Going to decline a few extra yards here and there, especially when you have Melbourne in your backfield. That kid can fight for these yards is what we're seeing tonight.
That is right. Melbourne, he's already shown he's got the strong legs. We'll get a chance to see if Carmelo gets a chance to run as he lines up. Looks like he's going to be under center here and a strong eye. Nope, he's just calling his formation pistol look. 2 receivers right, hands the ball off to Melbourne again, and he finds a hole. Good run by Melbourne, strong run. He finds a gap. He's tripped up at the 45. He had green grass in front of him. That's a first down, Sam Houston.
Just needed to get past one guy, and he was home free to tie the game up. So close.
Made it to the 3rd layer of that defense, got tripped up by the safety, brought down right around a 45-yard line. 1st and 10, 9:45 left to go in the first quarter. Texans trail 7-0, but they're moving the ball here. Carmelo sees a man blitzing off the side. The Stallions have a 3-3-5, so they have 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs, all moving around out there on the field. Melo drops back. Look, first pass of the game. Pump fakes. He's going to take off, using his legs. At the 45, he slides down after a gain of 2. Slides down at the 43-yard line. He had a man look like he tried to go for a quick curl over there to the left side to Bryce Duncan. Duncan had a man in his vicinity on defense. Melo took off for himself. Got 2. 2nd down and 8.
It's a nice little decision, though, on first down, just to get a couple yards, make it a little bit more manageable for a few more downs, hopefully.
Double stack formation for the Texans. Melbourne in the back next to Carmelo. And he's going to hand the ball off to, no, he's going to keep it himself on QB keeper. He's looking for a hole, and he's going to be tripped up at the 40-yard line. Looking for a man. Good job on defense, though, by North Mesquite, number 33. Alfred Adome made the tackle to trip up Carmelo, who had green grass in front of him. Third down. 8:25 left to go in the first quarter. The Texans have been moving the ball pretty well in this drive, but they got to get a first down here to keep things going.
Very interested to see if they're going to continue to run the ball here or go for a pass, because we've seen all rushes right now on this drive.
Tight end right, hands the ball off to Melbourne, who's going to find a hole right behind the tight end. The hole closes quickly. Gain of about 2, and a decision time here for Coach Watkins on his first drive of the season with Sam Houston. 4th down and 3. See a few players coming in and out, but it looks like Carmelo Stokes is going to stay out there with the offense. Might be going heavy. Bringing in another tight end, wing over. You have 2 tight ends to the right. 2 receivers out there for Carmelo Stokes, and Melbourne still in the backfield after some big runs this drive. 3-3-5 defense still for North Mesquite. Stokes hands the ball off to Melbourne. No, he's going to keep it for himself. RPO, and that is going to be a first down. Oh, fumble on the play. After a first down catch, the receiver, number 5, Duncan, had grasp, got brought down, and fumbled the ball on the play. First down, Stallions, after the fumble.
Man, he had it too, and that's the worst part. Just had that ball in his hands, immediately stripped out. Great defensive play by North Mesquite to capitalize on that and get another possession, stopping Sam Houston in their tracks.
And we'll keep it here, folks, as the offense and defense both got out there very quickly. Change of possession now. 1st and 10 for the Stallions. 7-0, 7:19 left to go in the first quarter. After a big play by Duncan, ends up result as a fumble, as the first down play is going to be handed off to the big fullback in the middle. Brought down after a gain of, no, he's going to be brought down after a loss of 3. That was Collins on the run. In the flex bone, John Ethan, you have a lot of moving parts out there. 3 running backs that can handle the ball. Usually your B-back is your fullback, the big power guy. He's the one that's running the gaps up the middle, the zones, the dives. As Sam Houston has 8 players on the line of scrimmage in defense of this flex bone. 2nd down and 13. Placio hands it off. He's going to pitch it. That ball is going to be loose on the ground. Fumble! Sam Houston's going to recover the ball on the fumble. The option didn't work out well for Palacios, and that's going to be a turnover on down. So turnabout's fair play as Sam Houston's going to get the ball back. 1st and 10 on the other side of this commercial break. This is Texas football, presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
As we are back here, the offense gets out there. First down, handoff to Melbourne, who's going to break off a few tackles, holds on to the ball at the very end of a big hit. 2nd down, Sam Houston. Good run by Melbourne after the fumble recovery by the defense. 2nd down and 3. Well, we've seen 2 turnovers already, back-to-back possessions for both teams. And we have a man down on the field. While they take a look at him, we're going to take a look at some commercials. We'll be right back on the other side of this break. This is John Wade Roofing. This is Zach on Productions bringing you Texans football.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe and Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe and Peak can help your home. At David's Barbecue, serving the Arlington community is a family tradition passed down through multiple generations. From perfectly chopped brisket to generous portions of all your favorite sides, David's believes good barbecue should come with fair prices and a friendly smile. So whether you're grabbing lunch, feeding the family, or just craving some Texas barbecue with hometown hospitality, Come see what makes David's a local favorite at 2224 West Park Row. Stop by and taste the tradition.
As we are back here to Choctaw Stadium, 2nd down and 3. That was Jeremiah Thomas, the tight end, who walked off the field under his own power on that last play. 2nd and 3. Texans have the ball at the 17-yard line, looking to tie the game up. They trail 7-0 to the Stallions. Melbourne to the left of Stokes. Hands it off, and he's going to find a hole on the outside sweep. He's going to get out to the 12-yard line, close enough to first down. They're going to give him first down yardage there after a big run. That wasn't Melbourne. That was the backup running back for the Sam Houston Texans, Jermaine Bingham, listed here as the receiver. First and 10, Sam Houston. Ball at the 13-yard line. Texans are in the red zone trying to make a move here to tie this game up. Mello hands the ball off. This one's Melbourne. Finds a hole. Good cut. Staying on his feet. Touchdown, Texans. 13-yard touchdown run by Ja'Cory Melbourne. The Texans are now 1 point away from tying this game up. 5:30 left to go in the first quarter. That was a big run by Melbourne, who carried the Texans on this drive. Offensive line did a great job getting pushed for the Texans, for Melbourne, as it looks like they're going to line up for two. Nope. A little trickeration there. Chauncey Price is going to get down, ready to hold this kick. The kick is up, and it is good. Texas tied the game 7-7 here in the first quarter. We'll be back on the other side of this break with more Texans football, presented to you by John Wade Roofing right after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Got a cleanup or construction project? Trinity Dumpsters makes cleanup easy with dependable roll-off rentals from 10 to 30 yards. You rent it, fill it, and we haul it away. Call or text 817-693-1302 or visit trinitydumpsters.com. Trinity Dumpsters. Rent. Fill. We haul.
Back to Choctaw Stadium we go. 7-7, 5:30 left to go after a very impressive drive by the Sam Houston Texans. That kick was up, and there's flags all over the place. Ja'Cory Melbourne, first touchdown on the season for Sam Houston. It was a 13-yard touchdown run. He had a good cut, stayed on his feet, broke a tackle, managed to get into the end zone. John Ethan.
Really good with his feet, yes. Extremely shifty coming through the offensive line, just staying on his feet, trying to find that end zone, and right when he got past that offensive line, he was clear to go.
The offensive line was very impressive on that drive. As we said earlier, Washington and Johnson, who the guys he's been running behind the center and the right guard. But don't forget Pena, Hinton, and Oluli on that O-line as that kick is up. Good kick, end over end, fielded at the 15. As the returner's going to look for a hole, he's going to bounce out to the 25, 26-yard line, and that's where the Stallions will take over again.
Not a bad return on that.
Not that bad of a return. About 10 yards by the running back Sewell back there returning it. He's a junior. Now the defense for Sam Houston has had two drives. They've been on the field twice. They gave up a 78-yard touchdown run on the second play of the game. And then they managed to get the ball on a fumble recovery back in the same part of the field on the previous drive the Stallions had on the triple option. Dangerous pitch. Sam Houston managed to get it. So this is the third time the defense has been on the field. Looking to get a stop here in a tied game. 7-7, 5:25 left to go in the first quarter. Palacio sends a man in motion, triple option. Gonna hand the ball off the middle to the up back, and he's gonna keep it himself. Nope, he's gonna. Yeah, it was handed up off the middle. There's so many moving pieces there. I lost track of where it went.
Yeah.
But the running back up the middle managed to get just 2 yards. Kept his feet moving. They marked him up for 4. So it is 2nd and 6.
Another play
And the
ball.
man is on the ground. Collins, the running back, had a good run there. While they check on that man, we're going to step aside and say hello to some of our sponsors. This is Texans football, presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
This broadcast is the intellectual property of Zach Arnold Productions. Any use of their multimedia, including audio, video, images, and other content, may not be repurposed without prior express consent of Zach Arnold Productions. We thank you for your cooperation and for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Back here at Choctaw Stadium, not Sam Houston Stadium, but the Texans are tied with the Stallions 7-7. John Ethan, did you see who that was on the field that's cramping up?
I believe that was number 3, Cameron Green, listed here as a linebacker, senior.
And it is hot down there. Like you said, it is 96 degrees as Green is getting up under his own power, but he's got some limp to him. Hopefully it's not nothing more than just a cramp, because it is so hot down there. But he's walking gingerly. The Texans, after a good touchdown drive, trying to get the Stallions off the field. It is 2nd and 6. Ball's at the 30-yard line. 5:05 left to go in the first quarter. As the new look Texans under new head coach Bobby Watkins in their new navy blue uniforms, big white letters, trying to continue trying to start a run, trying to continue something that they're building over at the east side of Arlington. As that ball is handed off up the middle, and that ball is going to be getting nowhere. Good stop on the defense by number 8 for Sam Houston. Sorry, that was number 9, Clark. After a loss of 3, it is 3rd and 9. So we get a chance to see if the Stallions can throw the ball here out of the flex bone. Palacios, the quarterback for North Mesquite. He is only 5'9", so he's a smaller quarterback. He's very, very quick with his legs. We have yet to see him use his arm here. A 3rd down and 9, ball to the 30-yard line. 4:20 left to go in the first quarter. Man in motion. Option pitch to the outside. There's a man there for Sam Houston. No holding on the outside. And then it's going to be brought down 4. A good stop there to bring up 4th down. Good job by the Sam Houston defense to contain on that option pitch on the left side of the defense. Multiple players were there. Number 9, Clark, and number 21 of Harren contained that outside of the defense. 4th down and 7.
A lot of pitches being by North Mesquite here at the first quarter. Now, they weren't able to read it for that first drive. That's how Sewell got that 78-yard touchdown after getting that pitch, and nobody was there on the outside. He had green grass going through. But ever since then, they messed up one of the pitches, leading to a fumble, and then a stop. So very, very interested to see if they're going to continue to go with those pitches, especially if they haven't been working the last 2 drives.
As there's a timeout on the field of play, we're going to step aside as well and take a timeout. This is Texans football, presented to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Back here at Choctaw Stadium, it is 4th and 5, ball at the 30-yard line. The Texans are looking to get the ball back for their 3rd possession of the game after a good defensive stand there by Sam Houston.
It looks like for Sam Houston, they have Jermaine Bingham ready to receive it, but it's a very short punt. Recovered around the 47.
It's going to take a Texans bounce there. It looked like a North Mesquite bounce, John Ethan, but then it bounced into a player of North Mesquite, so it worked out in the favor of Sam Houston. So they get the ball in good field position here to start their drive of the game. At the 46-yard line, Carmelo Stokes is going to come back out. Melbourne, right behind him, number 10, had a very, very impressive drive that ended with him getting down the field in for a touchdown. The first drive of the game was a very good drive as well, but it ended on a fumble by Duncan after a first down catch. As Melbourne's going to take the handoff, he's fighting. That's a big running back there, but he's brought down after a gain of nothing.
Yeah, every time he has that ball, he is ready to fight. Love to see that.
Yeah, he is a very impressive running back there already for his first game of the year. And it's another player down. Looked like another cramp out there. It is hot. It is very hot. While they check on him, we will step aside and be right back on the other side of this break.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
And that is Cardona for the Stallions. Number 7 linebacker senior. Cramped up down there on the field of play. He's going to get over there, get some juice, pickle juice, Gatorade, and be ready to go later in the game. 2nd and 10, ball at the 46-yard line. 3 minutes left to go here for the first quarter, and the Texans are trying to get a lead for the first time this season. Melbourne in the backfield. Stokes calling the play, telling his linemen what to do. 2 receivers left at the top of your screen. Gonna hand the ball off to Melbourne, looking for a hole. He managed to break through a tackle, but he only gets 1 or 2 on the run to bring up 3rd down. And the Texans might be looking to pass the ball here on 3rd down. Clock still ticking, 2:30 left to go in the first quarter. And after getting ran over the previous drive, the Stallions defense is coming out leader, a little more aggressive against this Texans offensive line. Four receivers for Carmelo Stokes out there, the quarterback. You haven't seen him throw a pass except for one to Duncan, which was caught for a first down and then dropped for a fumble on the first drive of the game for Sam Houston. Stokes drops back. He looks over to the left. He has a man. Jump ball, caught. And that is out of bounds. Duncan went up, mossed the man, but mossed him out of bounds to bring up 4th down and 9.
Those are just one of those plays where they look really cool. He did fully moss a kid, but yeah, just did not get a foot in bounds. So unfortunately, we don't go by cool rules. I would have ruled that a catch just off of how cool that looked, but yeah, that's why I'm not a ref.
Yeah, we're not playing out in the yard where you can call anything a first down. Say I got my feet in. No, that was a good catch though by Duncan on the play. He mossed the man, but it's going to bring a 4th down as he didn't manage to get a foot in bounds. 4th and 9 on the 47-yard line. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And timeout on the play. Timeout, Sam Houston. We're going to keep it here as we've paid the bills for the first quarter, John Ethan. This is your first chance to be on the headset. What are you thinking so far of the Sam Houston Texans in the opening game?
I think it was a bit shaky at start. They did start really good with rushing, especially with Melbourne back there. But they did, whenever they go for that pass to that tight end, he dropped it. You don't want to keep seeing that. So you nearly had success again with that other pass attempt. Did haul it in, but no feet in bounds. So 2 really good pass attempts that were just did not come into fruition in the way that they hoped. So that's why I'm not surprised that they're going to continue to go to Melbourne. Melbourne has been their most consistent player.
Yes, Duncan, their junior receiver, he caught the first pass of the game, as you were saying. He ended up dropping the ball for a fumble back at the 20, before North Mesquite fumbled the ball to give it back to Sam Houston. But then he had a chance there for a big catch. So he seems to be Carmelo Stokes' favorite target of the night so far. Has a mismatch. He's gone to him twice. 1 catch out of 2 attempts for Duncan as that punt is in the air. Good punt. It is going to be fielded at the 20. No, it's going to bounce off of a Texan. We're going to see if they mark it down at the 20 where it originally hit the Texan. They're going to say, nope, it is at the... They're going to give it to him at the 20. So hit off of a Texan when it hit onto the ground. Now the referee's going to discuss if it's going to be down at the 20 or if it's going to be down at the 2. It hit a Texan player on the bounce when it came down out of the air from the punt.
Yeah, definitely never touched a North Mesquite player, so.
Yeah, but the first touch of a Texan, they are going to call it at the 18. So instead of getting the ball at the 2-yard line, 1st and 10, ball at the 18-yard line for the Stallions. Triple option, they've been running a lot of triple option out of this flex bone, and they're going to bring the flex bone out with them again. 1:53 left to go in the first quarter. Palacio's under center, 2 receivers for this look on the flex bone. They hand it off up the middle, and that is going to be a short run, gain of about 4.
That was with a lot of help from the offensive line. They did dominate that play to give their running back a few extra yards.
Yeah, offensive line here is going to be the key for this Stallions team, as Collins, to be back in this formation, is going to get a lot of carries, being the big hitter. Sewell, the C-back, he's the one that's already broken for the 78-yard touchdown. We haven't seen Evans yet, number 5. He's spread out wide to the left, as we're going to have a handoff here up the middle. That is going to be a good run, fighting for a few yards, brought down short of the first down marker. So 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. That was number 3 for North Mesquite. That was Green. Green is listed here as a linebacker, but he did some play as a running back.
Glad to see him back out there. He did get off the field earlier with that cramp, so looks like he got some of that Gatorade you were talking about.
They went ahead and marked him at the line of scrimmage, so it is at the first down marker, so it is 1st down. 1st and 10, ball at the 26-yard line for the Stallions. Man in motion, hands the ball off, and that is going to be a big run. He's going to find the gap. He's going to break off, and he's running. Going to be tracked down at the 30-yard line after a gain of about 40. Big run for Evans. First time we've called his name. He was lined up as the B-back. The Texans had a chance to get him down. Broke off tackle, Evans did, and managed to get down to the 30 before getting tracked down from behind.
Yeah, both big plays by North Mesquite had one thing in common here, and that was their offensive line. That offensive line is killer for that sort of option play. So in order to get those kinds of big plays, you need everybody holding that defensive line. That way, Sam Houston doesn't have anybody in the backfield, so they can just run.
Yeah, the Texans' left side of their defensive line is getting kind of gassed here on those triple options. As the triple option is going to be handed off, no, it's going to be pitched on the actual option over to Evans after that big run. We brought down in the backfield. Good job by the defense there. Clark was the first one to get to him. And that's how the first quarter is going to end. It is 7-7. Texans tied with the Stallions. We're going to go to the second quarter on the other side of this commercial break. This is Texans football, presented to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Back here to Choctaw Stadium. Fans, let's tell you about our newest sponsor. They are our second quarter sponsor. They are Arlington Scanner. tonight. They sponsor the second quarter. Your source for local breaking news, Arlington community updates, high school sports. Stay connected to the stories that matter the most to you. Arlington Scanner by following Arlington Scanner on Facebook or visiting arlingtonscanner.com. As the Texans get out there quick, the Stallions line up, second down and 11. Big run up the middle, fighting for more yards, brought down short of the first down marker. A helmet comes off. That is number 3 for the Stallions. Green. Listed here, as you said, a linebacker running like a fullback. Trying to get the Stallions off the field. They can manage to lock them up here on third down, 3rd and 3.
Gosh, I know Sam Houston continuing to kind of look gassed on that defensive line, but I don't blame him. The sun out here is beaming. Just everybody over here waiting for the sun to go down.
3rd and 3. Palacio's under center. Sends Evans in motion. He's going to hand it off to the B-back who has a hole. Nobody's going to touch him. Touchdown Stallions. Number 22, a new running back out there for the Stallions. And he ran like a Stallion. That was Malcolm Berry. He even had a lead blocker escort, number 77, Baraman. Touchdown Stallions. That was not good by the Texans defense. They just let him go through untouched. As it's now 13-7 to start the second quarter.
Yeah, it looked like every defensive player on Sam Houston fully committed to that first run. Nobody was over there on the outside.
That's the thing with the triple option. When you run a flex bone offense like that, there's so many moving pieces. If you have an explosive quarterback like Palacios, he has a lot of decisions to make. So he reads your defensive ends, he reads your linebackers as that kick is up, and it is good. 14-7, Stallions lead. Texans will get the ball on the other side of this break. We'll bring you more Texans football right after this.
When it comes time for your family to say goodbye to a loved one, you need a neighbor by your side. Rooted in the Arlington community for years, Wade Family Funeral Home remains the only family-owned and operated service provider in the city. With a wide range of services and options, their experienced staff can help you craft a lasting tribute that will endure. Visit WadeFamilyFuneralHome.com for more information.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Back here to Choctaw Stadium after a 22-yard touchdown run by Berry, the running back for the Stallions. It is now 14-7. The Texans will get the ball back after this kick to try to respond to see if they can tie it up at 14-14. 11-16 left to go in the first half. Both touchdowns for North Mesquite. The running back has gone untouched. As that ball is kicked, good kick, and that's going to get kicked into the end zone. So it'll be a touchback. The Texans will receive the ball at the 25-yard line. Jonathan, we haven't seen much of Carmelo throwing the ball. The only times you've seen him throw it was a good pass on a slant to Duncan, which ended up resulting in a fumble after the first down. Then he had a pass to Duncan, which he mossed a man, but out of bounds.
Yeah, and really as a quarterback, you really hate to see that, having two really good throws, both caught too, and just end in either a turnover or an out-of-bounds play. Could have been a lot more.
As Melo's looking to be money on this drive. Trips left, Melbourne in the backfield. And he's going to pull it back. It's going to be a wide receiver screen underneath to Duncan. Duncan's going to make a man miss at the 30, brought down at the 32-yard line, 33. Gain of about 8, second down.
Stokes finally getting some passing yard stats now.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting when we look at the stats at halftime to see how many yards he has. I don't believe that is only his second reception of the game. Both of his catches have gone to Duncan. Second down and 2. Trips right, Melbourne to the right of Carmelo, Duncan at the bottom of your screen. Stallion still in the 3-3-5 defense. Corners playing off, showing blitz. Hand the ball to Melbourne. He's going to break a defensive end off, but he's not going to go anywhere else after that. Gain of nothing. Might have lost a yard.
Yeah, I think I saw number 31, Antonio Hill, on North Mesquite holding Melbourne's ankle, preventing him to continue his run.
Yeah, number 15 for North Mesquite came in, got a stiff arm to the face. He saw the ground before Melbourne managed to get tangled up by the rest of the Stallions. 3rd down and 2, ball to the 33-yard line, 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Trips right again, Melbourne to the right of Carmelo. Duncan by himself at the bottom. Hands the ball off, and he is going to be hit in the backfield hard. That's going to be a loss on that play, 4th down.
Some hits you can just feel in the booth.
And the offensive line that looked so good on the first 2 or 3 drives is just getting hit in the face. Loss of 2 on that run. They might have given him forward possession because they have yet to move back the yard marker. 4th and 2 is what the scoreboard says here at Choctaw Stadium. But the offensive line, we were giving them compliments on the first 2 drives. They just got punched in the face by North Mesquite. Now the Stallions will get the ball back with a 7-point lead and 9 minutes left to go in the first half. As that punt is going to be a good punt up in the air, fair catch. Called at the 32-yard line, and that's where North Mesquite will take over. We will keep it here for this change of possession. 9:05 left to go in the first half, 14-7. Jot Holly on the call with John Ethan on my right. Pops is the cameraman tonight, filling in for some technical difficulties earlier. Pops is always doing a great job down there, though. Usually producing. I get to work with Pops all the time. Pops as a teacher at Sam Houston, so he's supporting his kids, trying to see them get a win on opening day here. Zap's looking to get a win and have a 2-1 weekend, as the Colts got a win yesterday versus Byron Nelson, and the Volunteers fell to Rock Hill. As the first down run is going to be a run up the middle, and they're fighting for yards. Ball is going to come out. Texans are calling for it. Looks like, did they strip them? That was a big run. They were fighting for everything, as all the Texans on the field are calling for it as a fumble their direction. Back judge is saying it's a fumble their direction. The running back wasn't down. Running back lost his helmet. And they're going to say it's a Stallions possession still after a gain of 7. Green, the running back there, came out with no helmet on after a gain of 7. 2nd down. 8:45 left to go in the first half. Flex bone wing left. And that's going to be a fake handoff. Fletcher's going to run out and take a hit by the defensive end. Flag on the far side of the field. As we have a Stallion down and a flag. Offsides on the defense. That is going to be a first down after the offsides. We have a Stallion down, and we'll check on some commercials while we check on that Stallion. We'll be right back on the other side of this commercial break.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Back here to Choctaw Stadium. John Ethan, who was that was injured on the play?
Looks like number 55, Luis Suarez, 6-foot offensive lineman. This was his senior year. Looks like he's back out there, though.
Might have got cramped up. It's hot here, hot there. 96 degrees was the weather report at kickoff. I'm sure it's probably in the 90s still. Potter down on the field. After the offsides, it is a first down. Palacio's trying to get a handoff. He's going to take a sack in the backfield. It looked like they tried to call a pass out of that, and it didn't work out. Nobody blocked for North Mesquite. Second down after a sack of 6. First guy down there was number 20. Jarvis Patterson, freshman, if I read that number right.
Yeah, Palacios, he was looking down for a second, getting ready for his drop back. As soon as he looked back up, he did not see offensive lineman. He saw number 20 just coming right at him.
Right at him. Second down after the sack now. Second and 16. Back out there in the flex bone. Man in motion is going to hand it off to the up back. He's going to get untouched again. There he gets tripped up at the 50. Doesn't matter. He has an escort to the end zone. Touchdown North Mesquite. Green again. That is going to be a touchdown for for North Mesquite. 20-7. Texans trail after a 60-yard touchdown run. 63 yards on that play. Only touched once at the 50. Tried to get tripped up by a Texan in the third level, and nobody else was around them. That defensive line, when it comes to the triple option, they're having a hard time containing these running backs.
Yeah, only running triple options. You need a lot of good players in order to pull that off. And it looks here that North Mesquite have that talent to keep running that play.
As we're waiting for this pending extra point here, 7:29 left to go in the first half. The Texans are trailing currently 20-7. Pending this extra point, the offense needs to get things going. They've had some impressive drives, but have stalled out lately. As the kick is up, and it is good. We will step aside to bring you back more Texans football. 21-7, Stallions lead. This is Texans football on the other side of this break.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
How you going to do it if you really don't want to dance? You get your back up off the wall. The Texans' backs are on the wall now. 21-7. They trail to North Mesquite here at the Texans' home opener at Choctaw Stadium. 7:29 left to go after a 63-yard touchdown run by Green. 3 different running backs have scored for the Stallions. A 78-yard run by Sewell, 22-yard run by Berry, and now that 63-yarder by Green. The Texans need to get something going here before halftime. They do get the ball to start the second half so they can cut into this lead and hold the Stallions from scoring. They have a chance to try to make 2 for 1 go into halftime. As that kick is up, good kick, and that is out the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense will take over at the 25-yard line. John Ethan, that offensive line for the Texans looks really impressive the first few drives of the first quarter. Since then, they've taken a punch to the face and have yet to respond.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate, especially with Melbourne in the backfield. Melbourne is trying to look for just easy openings because, I mean, he's a fighter, but it would be impossible to fight for that long. So,
yeah, we have a workhorse back there like Ja'Cory Melbourne, who got the touchdown on his drive, 13 yards. He's been making things happen with his legs. The O-line, though, is having a hard time against this 3-3-5, multiple blitzes, as Carmelo's going to send a man in motion. He has an empty look, swinging out to the right, and nobody's better blocked. The Stallions read that all the way. It's going to be a loss on that first down swing. Number 2, Jermaine Bingham, was left out there like a lame duck with nobody around to protect him in a pond. Second down at 16. Second down at 15.
yeah, especially with the run game stalling up with the past few possessions. Looking to incorporate Stokes more into the passing game, but still not really finding that success, especially on that wide receiver screen.
As trips left for Carmelo Stokes. He's going to drop back. He's looking to the right, one-on-one coverage, and he's going to fire it to a man who lets the ball hit him in the chest, drops it, third down.
That was a good look, too.
Good look there on that curl. Had number 4 hit him right in the chest, and he just dropped it through the breadbasket. That's Bell, the senior receiver. 3rd and 15, ball at the 20-yard line. Things are going from bad to worse for Sam Houston. In a game that started very, very promising for the Texans and Bobby Watkins. 3rd down, trips left again. Melo's looking to his left side. He has a man in his face. He's going to cut up through. He has a gap. He's using his speed. He's going to outrun the defensive line. He's trying to get to the edge. Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Great job, Carmelo, using his legs. Looked like a track star out there, leaving Stallions in the dust, but not enough. 4th and 2.
I mean, that's what you were talking about, his dual threat talent. He was able to turn on the Jets just in the nick of time there to avoid a sack. But not enough to get that first down.
Not enough to get the first down, and they're going to bring out the punt team here. That's one thing we haven't seen much of. They've handed the ball off a lot to Melbourne in the first half. We haven't seen a lot of passes, but when we've had the chance for passes, they've either been dropped, thrown out of bounds, or the one completion we had earlier to Duncan. Stokes hasn't used his legs much, as they're going to call a timeout here. 4th, and scoreboard says 1. The yard marker is about 3. At the 34-yard line, it is 4th and 3. We'll keep it here while they discuss that on the field. If it was me personally, John, Ethan, you're down by 2 touchdowns. You have a hard time stopping this triple option. I would try to let Carmelo go out there and get the first down using his legs.
Yeah, especially when you're down by 14 at this moment. I would definitely try and do the same. You're not going to have that many opportunities left in this half.
Stallions have 1 timeout left. Texans have 2. 6:05 left to go in the first half. You need to get something going on offense. You've had promising moments, and then you have moments where you've laid an egg the previous drives, you've punted the ball, and North Mesquite has taken advantage of it with big touchdown runs. Most previous run, 63 yards from Green on that last drive. They're going to bring the punt team out. Melbourne's lined up as an up back, though. It would be interesting to see if they run a fake here. You only need 3 yards. But they're going to line up for punt. And it's going to be a fake to the up back, who's going to break off a tackle. He's fighting. He's getting pushed. Good push on the second motion there by the offensive line. First down. I thought it was going to go to Melbourne. Ended up going to number 22, one of the up backs there. That was Akena, listed here as a junior linebacker. First down. Now the offense has a chance to try to make something out of this drive. 5:57 left to go in the first half.
That was a big risk right there, but so glad that it paid off, especially if you're a Sam Houston fan.
Yeah, that's why Coach Watkins gets paid the big bucks there, to make a big buck decision.
Yeah, if that goes awry, you get your defense back out there. And that defense hasn't been looking too hot, allowing 3 big plays for touchdowns.
Offense is going to speed out there. 2 receivers to the right. Melbourne comes out to the right of Stokes. 3-3-5, handoff to Melbourne. Looking for a hole. Finds a couple yards there before running into a Stallion.
Nearly ran through him.
Score update from, I guess, across town, across the area. North Crowley 20, new district rival Aledo 0. 20-0, North Crowley leads over Aledo. Aledo new to the district, District 3-6A, leaving 8-6A from last year. So Aledo, Granbury, and Weatherford, and Aledo already having a tough time with North Crowley. Texas having a tough time here with North Mesquite, 21-7. It is 2nd and 7. Handoff to Melbourne, looking for a block. Helmet comes off somewhere down the field. Helmet went farther than the run did. Brought down around the 46-yard line. Second, as we go up 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, if we're going off of that helmet, the helmet got the first down, not necessarily number 54 there.
Yeah, number 54 for the Texans lost his helmet somewhere And that ball, that helmet rolled. He has to take a play off because he lost his helmet. Number 70 is going to come in for him on the offensive line. 3rd and 3. Offensive line needs to kind of come together here. Get a good push. You're going against a 3-3-5, so you should have the advantage. You hit a man, you move up to the second level of the linebacker, and Melbourne's has got to follow. 3rd and 3, 2 receivers to the top of your screen. That is going to be a fumble on the snap. Oh, they're going to call it. Is that a timeout? Dead ball? Was that a bad, looks like a bad snap there, and Carmelo dived on it. Scorecard off on the right, set 4th down, but now it's 3rd. It's going to end up being a penalty on Sam Houston. A legal procedure by the Texans. 5-yard penalty, 3rd and 8. That puts the Texans back 5. Now it's 3rd down. Scoreboard here, 3rd and 9. 4:15 left to go in the first half. And a drive that looked like they had a chance to get the first down there. Then now they got to come up with something. 3rd and 9. Carmelo back there with the running back to his right. Trips right. Duncan by himself. Melbourne comes out in motion. Carmelo drops back. He looks, fires over the middle. First down catch over there at the 45-yard line. Brought down at the 43. Big play there to number 3, Mangrum. Mangrum, the senior wide receiver, set down. Found a spot at the 45-yard line before getting brought down at the 43. 1st and 10 Texans. 3:40 left to go in the first half, and Sam Houston needs to score here before halftime to keep this game close. Handoff to Melbourne. Nope. Carmelo's going to keep it on himself. Finds the corner, gets to the outside, and he's going to be brought down at the 31-yard line. Big run by Stokes using his legs there. Read option. And that's going to be a first down for the Texans again. Second time we've seen Stokes using his legs for a big run.
I mean, those last 2 plays just prove how lethal he is at a dual threat.
Yeah,
First with that pass, then with that run.
More opportunities here for Carmelo using his legs against this 3-3-5 defense. Trips right. Melbourne in the backfield still. Quick look over to the left, fires to Duncan, who's going to bring that ball in, caught before he is wrapped up at the 26-27. They're given the possession after a gain of about 4 or 5 by Duncan, the receiver. 2nd down. Forward momentum is going to be at the 25-yard line. The Texans are knocking on the door to try to get points here. 2:40 left to go in the first half. 2nd down and 4. We have timeout North Mesquite. That's their final timeout of the first half, and we will take that timeout with them here. This is Texan football. We'll be right back on the other side of this break.
PDA Advocacy Group supports CCMR, College, Career, Military Readiness, a set of educational standards designed to help students be better prepared for post-high school life. If college-bound, take entrance tests, dual credit courses, earn a 2-year degree prior to graduation. If you're going to a career, take classes that will result in industry certification, mechanic, computers, welding, etc. The options are vast. Military? Enlist in the armed forces as a career. CCMR, driving towards success in life.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your...
And we are back here at Choctaw Stadium. The previous play was a run up the middle for Melbourne. Took a big hit at the 25-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, that big hit was Bryce Joseph Anderson. Just came in like a freight train, diving at him.
2-minute warning on the other side of this break. It looks like they're going to let the clock run to it. There's a 2-minute warning here. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. 21-7, North Mesquite leads over Sam Houston. We got the whistle on the field. We're waiting for them to call the 2-minute timeout. And there it is, the 2-minute timeout. We'll be back on the other side of this break for the final 2 minutes of the first half. This is Texan football presented to you by John Wade.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
21-7 here at Choctaw Stadium. Texans have the ball, trying to score to cut into this lead. It is 3rd and 4 at the 25-yard line. 2 minutes left to go. Jot Holly here with John Ethan as we watch the Texans in their opening game. Yesterday, John Ethan, we had a chance to see 2 other Arlington schools on the Zap Network. The Colts ended up getting a win versus Byron Nelson, and the Volunteers lost to Rock Hill at Prosper ISD Stadium. So the Zap Network looking to go 2-1 if the Texans can come back and pull this one out. 3rd and 4, Carmelo in the backfield, has a power look. 2 receivers out there on the field, 2 tight ends to the left. Handoff to Melbourne, he's gonna cut back inside, good cut. And that ball is gonna come out at the 34-yard line. It is not gonna be marked down. The Stallion's gonna pick it up, return it to the 29. And that is gonna be the end of that drive for the Texans after a fumble.
Just another heartbreaking possession for Sam Houston, traveling all that way down on that possession to end in another turnover, especially one that was really needed right there.
That was really needed, as you said, because you had a chance to cut into the cut into the lead. It's a 2-score lead, 21-7. If you're going to make that 21-14, you get the ball back at halftime, trying to tie the game up. Now it's 21-7. You're trying to hold North Mesquite from scoring. You've given up 3 big touchdown runs, especially a 63-yarder to Green. The defensive line for the Texans have had a hard time containing this triple option of the Stallions, but they need to contain it here as the ball is handed off up the middle. He's going to fight through, finds a hole, slips through, brought back down around the line of scrimmage, 2nd down. It looked like an impressive run at first before the Texans defense got to the running back Green back there. 2nd down, North Mesquite, 1:30 left to go in the first half.
Just every time you watch the North Mesquite offensive line, it is just brutal to watch. They are decimating everybody.
That is correct. The offensive line for North Mesquite has gotten better as the game has gone on. The defensive line has taken a beating for the Texans as they got 5 linemen out there plus a stand-up linebacker. 2nd down and 8. Triple option again. Palacios can be brought down in the backfield. Good job, Sam Houston. There's a gang of Texans back there for a 3rd down. Big stop, Texans. It's going to be a timeout on the field. Sam Houston has 1 timeout remaining for the first half, and we're looking at a 3rd and 13. Folks, coming up at halftime, we will leave the crowd there. We will leave the mic up. We will mute ourselves. You will have a chance to watch the Sam Houston Band, Big Tex, watch them perform for their opening halftime performance of the year. The North Mesquite Band was stuck in traffic, and they have made it. I see them off to the side over there on the visitor bleachers. Very big band for North Mesquite, too.
Yeah, they're still walking over there.
That's the Bowie Band over there to your right. That's North Mesquite over there by the door. That is a long bus ride from Mesquite, especially coming down during peak traffic time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You're hitting all types of traffic sitting in the bus.
I could only imagine that as well for the new teams that are entering the district as well, with Aledo, Granbury, and Weatherford.
That is right, and we will get a chance to experience that multiple times this year as we will have trips to Granbury and Weatherford, and I believe Aledo, as we cover the Colts, the Texans, and the Volunteers for multiple games this season. There's going to be a lot of driving out west in this new district that we get a chance to see. We go from seeing Grand Prairie and Haltom to seeing Aledo, Granbury, and Weatherford.
Just a little bit farther.
3rd down and 12, ball at the 25, 1:05 left to go on the clock. The Texans need to get a stop here to try to get one more chance to score before halftime. Man in motion. Palacios going to hand the ball up the middle to the up back. Good job by the defensive line. Stop him from getting anywhere. 4th down, timeout, Sam Houston. 1 minute even left on the clock. We'll also get, if we get a chance at halftime, folks, we'll have a halftime show for you where we can go through some stats from other games around the area to check on other teams in the district. Martin and Lamar are both playing tonight. Check to see the score of Seguin, the Southside School. And we'll check to see if the new district team, Aledo, can come back on North Crowley. Last time we looked, it is 20-0. North Crowley leads over at Crowley ISD Stadium.
Very interested to see what new head coach Bobby Watkins is going to say to his team at halftime. Especially, I saw him celebrating off at that sideline off of those 2 big stops right there.
I agree with you. I think he's going to have a lot of things to say. I think with the defense, the first thing you want to tell them is, hey, you got to contain that triple option. You know, as a defensive end, the quarterback reads you, right? He's reading the end. He's reading the blitz. If you leave that hole open, he doesn't have to pitch it. He's just handing it off to the up back. So you want to try to force him to pitch it. The first time he pitched it, he fumbled, and Sam Houston scored off of it, right? So if you can make Palacios pitch the ball, it means you're containing it and pushing it outside so the corners, the safeties, everybody can run up with you. But if you leave that hole open watching for the pitch, the up man's going to take it, and we've seen that happen twice now. If I was Coach Watkins at defense. On offense, we got to figure out how we can get things going. We've had some good drives that are stalling out. That punt, the punter took a knee. He watched the ball roll into his knee, took a knee at the 15-yard line. 1st down, Sam Houston. He didn't even try to stand up the punter. He just let the ball roll into him.
Never seen nothing like that.
1st and 10, Sam Houston at the 15. You just gave him a free gift, North Mesquite. 58 seconds left to go.
And just every single time North Mesquite has capitalized on a turnover by Sam Houston, just one wrong decision brings Sam Houston back into the game.
Yeah, Sam Houston thought they're going to have to drive the length of the field to try to get points here before halftime. Now, if you can score, you have 13 yards to go, 58 seconds. You do have no timeouts. So you're telling your offensive line, be ready. We're going to call some no huddle. Melbourne's not out there, though. They're going to bring in the backup running back number 20 for the Texans. That is Patterson, a freshman. He's getting some playing time. Back there next to Stokes. Melbourne off on the sideline. Man in motion and whistles.
Yep.
False start on the offense. No, delay a game on the offense. Didn't get the snap off in time.
Yeah,
so
once they were all lined up, there was only 2 seconds on that play clock. It was kind of impossible to really snap right there.
Yeah, that falls on the offense there and the coaches too, because they didn't get out of the huddle in time to get off the sideline. Now, instead of having 1st and 10 at the 13, it is 1st and 15 at the 18, 19-yard line. Still 58 seconds left to go. Patterson out there to the left of Carmelo. Carmelo's going to drop back. He's looking. Man in his face. Throws one up to the corner. That is incomplete. One-on-one coverage out to the side. Had Mangum. He thought he was going to overthrow him on a fade. 2nd down.
Just bobbled out of those hands. So close. Still have a few downs, though, to make something happen. And 52 seconds left.
And Stokes lost his helmet on that play. You know, with the rule, once you lose your helmet, you got to take a play out. So Stokes is off the field for this play on 2nd down. Number 4, Bell, the wide receiver, is back there in the backfield as a quarterback. So you have a receiver at quarterback. And the Stallions see that. They're going to bring the blitz. Bad snap by the center. Bell's going to take off running. He's going to use his speed. Hit to the outside, past the linebacker. And he's going to get past the center, the corner. He's going to tiptoe down the line. That is going to be a touchdown and a flag in the end zone. It looks like a touchdown by Bell, who tiptoed down the line. Bell lost his helmet. There was a flag at the pylon. Man, that could be a very, very change of momentum if that's not a touchdown. That was a good run by Bell. He tried to drop back the pass. It was a bad snap. It might have been a late hit by the Stallions as Bell tiptoed down the sideline. Special teams is lining up like it's a good touchdown. It is going to be a touchdown, Bell. Good run there. The Texans are going to cut into that lead, 21-13. Bell came in for that one play. That's how you use your legs there. Maybe that's something they could take with them for the second half and try to get more outside runs with the quarterback.
Yes, sir, and that is exactly what the Texans needed here, to cut into that lead, especially after that knee from the punter, something you just don't want to see happen if you're North Mesquite.
Yeah, North Mesquite's punter on a bad snap. The punter just takes it. That ball's going to be a snap to the up back who's going to run in for a 2. But there's a flag on the far side of the field. They're going to negate that. It looks like somebody might have jumped early, but it was a snap to the holder who just took off running. No, they're going to call that penalty on North Mesquite. That's going to be a 2-point play for Sam Houston. 21-15 with 44 seconds left to go. And the Texans have cut into this lead. We're going to keep it here for the last 44 seconds. Oh my goodness, what a change of events there for Sam Houston. It took a bad snap. The punter took a knee on the bad snap on that 4th down punt. Big run after Carmelo got his helmet knocked off. Bell takes off for a touchdown run.
And then that holder just barrels through for that 2-point conversion.
And that was a good play, though. I don't know if that was a design play or he just didn't take off. He just took off on his own. That was a great job there by the holder. I believe that was number 1, Chauncey Price, the defensive back. So now 44 seconds left to go in the first half. And what looked to be a Stallions change of momentum there at 21-7 in the ball. All the momentum shifted back to the Texans with 44 seconds left to go in the half. And they get the ball to start the second half. So Sam Houston could make that a 2-for-1 if they stop them here, get the ball and try to score to tie it up in the second half.
The second half will definitely be interesting. I know when I was watching the Arlington game yesterday, Byron Nelson was actually winning 7-0 at halftime. But then as you see that final score, 38-22, anything can happen in high school football.
Anything can happen. And after a couple penalties there, the Texans will kick from the 45-yard line of the Stallions. Neither team has any timeouts left for the first half, so we'll see if North Mesquite tries to get anything going here or they just take a knee, run into halftime with the 7-point lead. As that ball's going to be a squib kick. The up man comes up with it and recovered by North Mesquite. Looked like it was an onside kick by Sam Houston. Wasn't able to get there. One of the guys in the front line wasn't able to dive on it. 41 seconds left to go in the first half.
I think that might have been Omar Urbina, number 18, listed here as a wide receiver / tight end, a senior.
As the ball spotted down at the 31-yard line. Fans, don't forget at halftime, we will leave the cameras running, the crowd mics on, and let you listen to Big Texas Band to start the opening game of the year. You listen to the band, listen to the performance, cheer on your kids, cheer on the kids of North Mesquite and their band, and we'll be back with some stats and scores from around the area as the Stallions are going to take a knee. Nope, they are going to take a knee. Let the clock run out. That will probably be the final play of the first half. First half that has seen a lot of good things on both sides of the ball for the Texans and the Stallions. 3 big runs by North Mesquite, a 78-yard touchdown run, a 63-yard touchdown run, and a 22-yard run by Barry. Meanwhile, you see a big run by number 4, Bell, who came in for Carmelo Stokes on that final drive of halftime to cut the lead from 21-7 to 21-15, and that's where we were taking the halftime at. 21-15, Stallions lead. Texans will get the ball when we come back. This is Zach on Productions, presented to you by John Wade Roofing. Folks, stick around.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Got a cleanup or construction project? Trinity Dumpsters makes cleanup easy with dependable roll-off rentals from 10 to 30 yards. You rent it, fill it, and we haul it away. Call or text 817-693-1302 or visit trinitydumpsters.com. Trinity Dumpsters. Rent. Fill. We haul.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the ZAP network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
This broadcast is the intellectual property of Zach Arnold Productions. Any use of their multimedia, including audio, video, images, and other content, may not be repurposed without prior express consent of Zach Arnold Productions. We thank you for your cooperation and for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Wade Family Funeral Home understands that saying goodbye is never easy. Since 1985, their family has been honored to shepherd local families through life's most difficult moments with compassion and respect. They provide exceptional care and trusted guidance while helping families create meaningful tributes that honor the lives of those they love. When you need them, Wade Funeral Home and Crematory is here to walk alongside your family every step of the way. Call 817-274-9233 to learn more.
PDA Advocacy Group would like to remind you that autism is a wide spectrum of neurological differences and it's on the rise, now affecting 1 in 36 Americans and more cases found in males. Those with autism have trouble with social interactions, communication, and can engage in repetitive or self-harming behaviors. While the causes of autism are still being researched, we can begin to learn more by visiting nationalautismassociation.org.
Got a cleanup or construction project? Trinity Dumpsters makes cleanup easy with dependable roll-off rentals from 10 to 30 yards. You rent it, fill it, and we haul it away. Call or text 817-693-1302 or visit trinitydumpsters.com. Trinity Dumpsters. Rent. Fill. We haul.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com. Zach Arnold Productions is proud to service the greater Arlington and DFW area. With experience in broadcasting, podcasting, web series, public address, marketing, and public relations, ZAP can help you tackle any modern communications task. Whether you need an announcer for your sporting event or just need help proofing a press release, be sure to call 319-2402 to see how you can find energetic media solutions for your task with Zach Arnold Productions.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. New episodes drop monthly featuring news, reviews, discussions, and tangents on all our favorite franchises, including Marvel, DC, Star Trek, Star Wars, Stranger Things, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Dune, Godzilla, Firefly, Pixar, Doctor Who, Indiana Jones, The Last of Us, James Bond, House of the Dragon, Ghostbusters. I think you get the picture. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
fans, thank you for sticking with us throughout the halftime. As you saw, both the bands of the Sam Houston Texans and the North Mesquite Stallions do their opening day halftime routines. It is 21-15 here at Choctaw Stadium. A few minutes left to go before halftime, and this is the halftime report. Halftime report is brought to you by Wade's Family Funeral Home. Wade's Family Funeral Home has been honored to shepherd families through life's most difficult times for decades. They understand saying goodbye is never easy and provide guidance and care while helping families create meaningful tributes to honor the lives of the ones they love. When you need them, Wade Family Funeral Home and Crematory is just a phone call away at 817-274-9233. We've got some stats throughout the first half. Josh Holly on the call with John. Ethan on my right. Pops is here with us as well. He is running the camera for us. We had a different setup originally to start the game, John, Ethan, but a few technical difficulties here with the configuration of the ballpark kind of threw things out of whack. We're going to go through some stats here. John, Ethan, what's the stat you got for the first half?
Well, let's see here. North Mesquite has 3 touchdowns, all by different players. We got one at the beginning of the game from number 2, Sewell. And then we also had one from number 22, Malcolm Berry. But the one that I want to highlight on is number 3, Cameron Green. If you remember correctly, I was worried at the beginning because he was walking off the field. But thankfully, that was just a cramp after getting some Gatorade in him. He now has, on the stat sheet, 7 carries for 141 rushing yards and a touchdown to capitalize at the end right there.
And one of the stats I noticed when we were going through the Dallas Morning News that North Mesquite has no passing yards in the first half. They have a combined 228 yards total as a team, all on the ground. 228, as you said. Cameron Green, 141 yards on 7 carries and a touchdown. For Sam Houston on the other side, they have 142 yards, 105 on the ground. Melbourne's been the biggest runner of the night for Sam Houston, 11 carries, 40 yards, a touchdown, and he had that fumble earlier, which helped out. The defense helped out, preventing that from being any points. 37 yards passing. And I know one thing that you want to talk about was the 2 turnovers for Sam Houston compared to the 1 for North Mesquite.
Yes, every single turnover thus far has been a fumble. Once by North Mesquite, but that was off that bad, that bad pitch that just kind of went awry, and Sam Houston capitalized on that. Yeah, just all fumbles here when it comes to the turnovers. Melbourne had a really bad one near the end of the second quarter right there, but thankfully actually kind of got bailed out if you think about it, with the punter by North Mesquite taking that knee at that 15-yard line, setting up for that touchdown. Just really, and that's another thing too when it comes to those touchdowns. Every single touchdown tonight has been a rushing touchdown.
That is correct. Every touchdown has been a rushing touchdown. Only 37 yards total passing for either 2 teams, and those 37 belong to Carmelo Stokes, the quarterback for Sam Houston. Stats, the scores around the league: Terrell 21 over Seguin, 21-15 over Seguin. That game is still currently going on. Over at UTA, your alma mater, Lamar, is trailing Little 17-10.
Unfortunately.
Martin made a trip to Mansfield. They are trailing 20-10. New district foe, Aledo, is trailing North Crowley 26-0 at Crowley ISD Stadium. And another big game of the night, Allen versus Duncanville. Allen's hosting that game. They lead Duncanville 12-7. So currently the only team in the city of Arlington with a win was last night the Arlington Colts, who went on to beat Byron Nelson. The Volunteers lost last night. Sam Houston Texans looking to become the second team in the district with a win, but they currently trail 21-15 to the North Mesquite Stallions. And that, folks, was the halftime show presented to you by Wade Family Funeral Home. The opening kick for the third quarter is up, and it is a touchback through the back of the end zone, and that's how we'll start the third quarter. Texans will get the ball. Trailing 21-15, they got a score at the very end of the first half. They drove down the field before that Melbourne fumble, like you said. It worked out for them. The defense got a 3-and-out. The punter, on a bad snap, he didn't try to get the ball up in the air. He took a knee and resulted in good field position for the Texans before Bell came in and ran a kind of a quarterback scramble. He ended up scoring on a 13-yard touchdown run, and that's what got us 21-15. So all 5 touchdowns on the ground. Let's see if the Texans can try to tie it up or take a lead with this opening drive. As Stokes is back out there, trips right, Melbourne in the backfield next to him. The Stallions have the 3-3-5 defense showing blitz. They're going to hand the ball up off the middle. Good run on the pull. Stokes cuts back, and he takes a big hit, but he gets first down yardage after that run. Brought down at the 38-yard line. Good pull there by number 60 on the offensive line, hitting for Sam Houston, first down. Now after that big run, it is 1st and 10, ball at the 37, 38-yard line. Low snap, Stokes picks it up, fires to Duncan. Duncan's going to bring it in for another catch. That's the fourth catch of the night. This one he's going to get wrangled out of bounds at the 46-yard line as the Texans are driving to start the third quarter.
I'm very interested to see how often they're going to have Stokes throw the ball for this half, because that first half, all of the looks looked really good. It's just his receivers could not pull it in, or especially Duncan at the beginning just couldn't hold on to that ball.
That is right. Duncan had 3 catches. He had a chance to moss a guy, but it ended up going out of bounds. As that one's going to be a quarterback keeper on the read option. First down yardage by Stokes after a good run brought down at the 49 in Stallion territory. Stokes is already using his legs. I think they took something that you said back in the first half. Let Stokes run.
Yeah, he's a dual threat for a reason. We already saw it. You know, he was getting hot at the end of the last half with his throwing abilities, but then also with his running abilities. So if you're killing them on the rushing attack, why not just go all out for it? Low snap, fires over to number 11. The receiver caught back at the 49-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 2. Fans, I want to make sure that you guys know of our third quarter sponsors, by the way. They are Taqueria, Taco Express. They sponsor all third quarters for Zach Honor Productions as we have a receiver on the ground. Let's visit any of their 7 locations on Taco Tuesday for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for this $9.99. Earn points by downloading the app and visit TaqueriaTacoExpress.com the next time you need to solve your Mexican food craving. While they check on the injured Texan, we will step aside. We'll be right back.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
As we're back here for the third quarter, Dan Santillan was the receiver on that catch. I got to see him last year catch a big one versus Mesquite at homecoming. He caught the catch, lost him 3. He managed to get up under his own power, but he was limping to the sideline. So hopefully his return is doubtful. Currently 2nd and 13. Stokes drops back. Pump fake. Has a man. Duncan one-on-one. That ball is underthrown. Good defense there by North Mesquite. He had a stop and go. Duncan had a foot on him, but Stokes underthrew it on that 2nd down pass.
Yeah, Duncan's had his moments tonight where he's able to just get past that defender and make the catch. Unfortunately, the defense this time with that win on that one-on-one.
And fans, I wanted to make sure that you guys know who sponsored the scoreboard for us at halftime. We love all of our sponsors. We want to let you know that Pipe and Peak, they sponsor the scoreboard report for us. Call Caleb Renfro if you need a cast iron replacement specialist at 817-807-7069. Serving the Arlington area for over 16 years. Pipe and Peak sponsored our scoreboard report at halftime. It is 3rd and 13, ball at the 49. Stokes with the drop back. He's looking to use his legs. He makes a man miss. He uses his legs. He's got room. First down, but a flag comes flying in over at the first down marker off the side at the 40. So Stokes currently has a first down. We'll see what the flag is off on the far side down there. A little mustard on the lettuce. Mustard on the hot dog does sound good right now.
Somebody up here walked in with nachos. I smelled it.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, very hungry right now.
Let's see what the flag is. Currently, the ball is spotted at the 36-yard line of North Mesquite. Is looking to be possibly on Sam Houston, depending on how this umpire goes. Can't tell. There's going to be a holding on the defense. Defensive holding. So that's going to be yardage marked off at the end of the run. First down for the Texans. Good job by Carmelo Stokes using his legs. Picked up a gain of about 17 or 18 there. Plus the penalty is going to mark off some more yardage. Now the Texans are knocking on the door, trying to score 1st and 10 at the 26. 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Stokes back there with Melbourne. Tight end left, 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Stokes checks. He doesn't like something he sees on the defense. North Mesquite has a 3-3-5 defense, so 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and they send this corner blitz, kind of like a viper position. They send him on a blitz a lot. As that ball's gonna be handed off to Melbourne, who finds a hole, cuts, makes outside. Next man, another man miss on the cut. Brought down at the 50. No, he breaks through that tackle, and he's brought down at the 5. Good run by Melbourne, keeping those legs moving. Chug a lug for a first down.
Yeah, that's the thing about Melbourne. Just when you think that run is over, he just keeps on running.
Melbourne chug-a-lugging all the way to Australia there. 1st and 5, 1st and goal at the 5. Texans are knocking on the door to try to tie it and take a lead. Melbourne's going to chug-a-lugging towards 100 yards the way this game is going.
They're knocking on the door to capitalize on that touchdown at the end of last half with about less than 50 seconds left.
That took all the momentum with them as they have a heavy look. Tight end's going to pull with Melbourne, who's going to hit the handoff up the middle. We ran into a wall of Stallions there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down either way for the Texans. And Sam Houston needs to score here to carry this momentum with him before the defense gets out there for its first possession. 2nd down, they gave him a loss of yard there. 2nd and goal at the 6. Stokes hands it off again to Melbourne. He knows he's keeping it himself. Throw an RPO underneath to the tight end. That ball's going to be incomplete. No flag, though. When you throw it to the tight end like that, sometimes you get the flag on the pass interference because you hit the man on the leak out. Nothing called there. 3rd and goal at the 6.
Yeah, I was waiting for a flag to come out there. Didn't get it for Sam Houston.
Thank you for joining us all fans on the opening game for the Sam Houston Texans. Zach on Productions is here with you throughout this season for the Colts, Texans, and Volunteers. And this is a good one here at Choctaw Stadium. 8:23 left to go. 3rd and goal at the 6-yard line. Heavy formation. This one's going to be an RPO pulled over, caught by Duncan in the end zone, and he dropped it. He dropped it at the last moment. He fought through traffic, wasn't able to bring it in. 4th down.
Once again, if you're Stokes, you don't want to see that, especially once again from Duncan. He's getting most of the targets here from Stokes, and just each one after another with that fumble at that first possession, then that Moss, but no feet inbounds, and now just dropping an easy one in the end zone.
Yeah, it's hard to penalize a young man out there. He did catch it. He did have a tough catch in traffic. We thought he was going to bring it in. He has you in the hands. He dropped it at the last moment as the field goal is up. It is good. And what we thought was going to be a tying drive ends up being a 3-point drive. Texans trail 21-18 in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside. We'll be right back on the other side of this commercial break. This is Texan football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Wade Family Funeral Home understands that saying goodbye is never easy. Since 1985, their family has been honored to shepherd local families through life's most difficult moments with compassion and respect. They provide exceptional care and trusted guidance while helping families create meaningful tributes that honor the lives of those they love. When you need them, Wade Funeral Home and Crematory is here to walk alongside your family every step of the way. Call 817-274-9233 to learn more.
Fans, we have a moment here of technical difficulty. It's going to walk through my voice as we lead through it. The Texans end up kicking the ball off there. It is 1st and 10 at the 19. Having a minute here with our feed. Our feed had a little glitch. We are working on it currently. It is 8:14 left to go in the third quarter. Texans trail 21-14. Ball at the 19-yard line. As 1st and 10 is going to be a handoff up the middle. Good job by the defense of Sam Houston to get there and get a stop. 2nd down after the run by Green. Green had 141 yards in the first half. Goes nowhere on 2nd down. Brought down by the defender number 34 up the middle. Christian Wright, the junior defensive lineman for the Texans. Second down and 11. Ball at the 19-yard line. Texans trail 21-18. 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter after a good drive for Sam Houston to start the quarter. As we're going to have a false start there. Flag on the play. No, timeout on the play. Timeout on the field. Timeout by the Volunteers. How about the Texans? We're going to take a timeout with them while we check on the feed. We'll be right back with you on the other side of this break.
Looking for great Texas barbecue at a price that's easy to love? David's Barbecue has been serving the Arlington community for generations with generous portions, fair prices, and friendly service. Whether you're stopping in for a meal or picking up something to go, David's makes it easy. You can use the drive-thru or call 817-261-9998 to place your order. David's Barbecue. Stop by and taste the tradition. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
All right, we're back here. We're still working on some technical difficulties with our camera, but it is 2nd and 11. My voice will carry us through. This is John Holly on the call. 2nd and 11. Stallions have the ball. 7:54 left to go in the third quarter. As after that timeout, the first down play was a run up the middle, went nowhere. Good defense by the Texans. So now waiting for play to resume. There's the whistle. 2nd down. Flex bone. Man in motion. That's number 2. It's going to be a toss down to the left. That's a rocket toss. Looking for the outside. Is a good run. And he's going to be at 1st down territory. That is number 2, Sewell, who got the first touchdown run of the game on the rocket toss. No corners are over there on that far side, the top side of the screen of the defense. Managed to get out for 15 as we 1st and 10 now after that big run. Ball's been spotted at the 33. The Texans have had a hard time controlling this triple option. A hard time controlling, especially on the outside runs there. And the outside runs there from the Stallions. So it's just been a few things that the Texans need to fix, especially on triple option, as we have another man in motion. Rocket toss to the left this time, the right this time, but they were ready for it on this end. Good job by the defensive end on the bottom side of this of the field closest to us. We get a number 40 to see who made that play. Number 8, that is Marquise Jackson, the cornerback, waiting to make the play. Good job, Jackson there. First time called his name tonight, ready to go as a corner. Now 2nd and 7, ball at the 36-yard line, and the Texans need to get a stop here to get the ball back. 7:15 left to go in the third quarter. One big play on this drive so far was the rocket toss left. But now we see if the Texans can watch out, prevent themselves from another rocket toss. Man in motion, rocket toss up. They're going to hand it up the middle on the triple option. Good job on the defense there. Ran into a brick wall. That's going to bring up third down. Number 34, Christian Wright, the junior, up the middle. So you're not going nowhere, young man. Third down and 7 after a big stop up the middle by Wright.
I mean, if you're a Sam Houston fan, seeing the defense step up now after not really seeing them in that second quarter is a breath of fresh air.
We apologize for all the technical difficulties with the camera. We're slowly getting it back to work. We had a moment there, but it is slowly coming back into view, into focus. Bring you back the rest of this action here at Choctaw Stadium. Third down and 7, ball at the 36-yard line. And we're going to have a toss out to the right as we're going to have contained by the defense. Nope, he's going to get broken to the outside, past the 45, pushed out of bounds in first down territory, first down range. As our camera, I believe, should be up or just about ready to go. But that's a first down run on that rocket toss by number 2, Sewell, using his speed over 100 yards on the day. So second running back for the Stallions to go over 100 yards. Kind of settle down the exposure here on the camera. First and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. The Texans had the ball to start the first half, got all the way down the field before getting stopped on a third down. They had a chance to score on a slant as we have a toss on the to the outside, brought down in the backfield, and some flags coming in on the far side. 2 flags. Good stop by the Texans, bring down the runner at the 36-yard line. So these tosses on the motions are doing some damage to the Texans defense. Going to have an illegal motion on the offense, so it's going to be a penalty on the offense, set them back 5. The illegal shift, which is a lot of moving parts when you run a triple option, a flex bone offense. That's why you see a lot of military school running it. Army, Navy, they're very good at it. Air Force as well, as our camera should be back to about good there for you folks at home. Second and 15, ball at the 36-yard line. Handoff up the middle to number 22, who's going to be brought down by a gang of Texans there. Third down. Number 22 for North Mesquite, Malcolm Berry, who had a big touchdown run back in the first half. Goes nowhere there on second down. Third
and long here for North Mesquite. Let's see how that triple option will work on third and long. Sam Houston has been able to read it. Let's see if they'll continue to.
As we said at halftime, John Ethan, the Stallions had no passing yards in the first half, only on a few attempts. So they're going to have to run this ball off the middle. Nope, it's going to be an option on the pull. We're going to have a run out by the quarterback. He's going to keep it on himself on the option, brought down at the 49-yard line. Palacios kept it himself, had the option to pitch there. He might have been able to get his running back free if he had pitched it back at the 45, but kept it, got a few yards, bring a fourth down. So good job by the Texans defense not to bite on the triple option there on third down.
That was also a big hit right there for Sam Houston's defense, aimed right at kind of just above his knees.
As fourth down, ball is spotted at the 46-yard line. So it looks like Palacios got a few yards on the roll there. Fourth down and 9. We have a punt here as we have a flag come on the punt. Ball's up in the air. It's going to hit down at the 31-yard line, caught by a Stallion at the 35. But we're going to see what the flag is first before we go to commercial. See if they decide to repunt it or not. Might have been a false start or some type of illegal motion on the offense. Currently, the ball will be spotted at the 35. It looks like it's an illegal motion on the offense. 5 yards added to the end of the kick, so the Texans will take over possession at the 40-yard line. We will keep it here, folks, for the Texans' second drive of the third quarter.
That's about the third or fourth illegal motion penalty. I'm pretty sure that's the most called penalty tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot of moving pieces there in the flex bone. It's harder for players to get set. It takes a lot of focus and determination. As you have a man in motion there, handoff up the middle. Good run and brought down after a gain of 2. That is the freshman backup running back, Jarvis Patterson. So the freshman, young blood getting new playing time for this Sam Houston Texans offense. As you have Melbourne come back in for Patterson. 2nd down and 7 after the good run by Patterson. Melbourne's coming back in.
Number 2, Bingham on that last play also, while in motion, got a really good block protecting Stokes right there.
Spread look here, 2 right, 2 left. Running back on the right, man in motion. That is going to be a jet toss to the running man in motion, who's going to cut back in, makes a man miss, makes 2 men miss, and makes it all the way up to the 50 or 49. First down run there by number 3 on the jet toss, Mangrum. Good blocking on the right side of the line by the Sam Houston Texans. Mangrum using his smaller stature there to slide in and get the few more yards needed for the first down. Looks like the far side judge has it at 3rd and short. 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches here. Melbourne in the backfield with Stokes. Trips left. The Stallions are going to bring pressure here. Handoff to Melbourne, and he's going to fight ahead for the inches needed for a first down. First down, Sam Houston.
I mean, in one way, it's a tale of 2 offenses here, because North Mesquite, they just got that triple option, but you just never know who's going to end up with that ball and start running. Sam Houston, though, I mean, Stokes already dual threat, passing and throwing. Melbourne in the backfield. Duncan's got some great catches.
1st and 10. Quick snap over to Stokes, who's going to fire over to his right. That's going to be caught and pushed out of bounds right around first down territory. That is Bell, who came in and scored that touchdown at the end of halftime to cut the lead from 21-7 to 21-15 on a scramble after Stokes had his helmet knocked off. So Bell with a big catch there. They're going to mark him out at the 43, so he's going to be short of the first down line. 2nd down and about 4. 2:19 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Texans are driving. Handoff. Melbourne. Nope. Stokes going to keep it himself on a QB keeper. And he takes a hit, but he's going to get first down territory. Gets up, pointing for the marker, first down. Good run there by Stokes.
I wouldn't say he took that hit. I think number 40 took that hit.
Yeah, number 40 for the Stallions.
Bryce Joseph Anderson.
Anderson thought he was going to run up and lay the lick down on the quarterback. Free shot. Stokes said, nuh-uh, not today. Mellow money with the first down there. 1st and 10 for the Texans. Ball at the 37-yard line. Quick snap. Fires over to the left. And that is going to be a quick 2-yard little screen over to Bingham. Jermaine Bingham. 2nd down and 8.
That was a really nice tackle by number 11, Aiden Redman.
Speaking of number 11, I have yet to see number 11 for the Texans, Santillan, come back into the game after taking that hit earlier on the first drive. I do see him down there with his helmet, so we'll see if he gets a chance to come back in, the senior receiver. 2nd down, ball still around the 37-yard line. Stokes with the running back to his right, trips right. Low snap. He's going to drop back, looks. There's a flag off to the right. Fires to Duncan, who's going to drop it in and out of his hands. Good defense there again by number 11. That is Redmond on Duncan. So bring up 3rd down, but there's a flag on the right side of the field. I believe our camera is working. Thank you all for watching, for sticking here with us through everything, all 130 of you that are currently live on the stream. We appreciate everybody here in our first Sam Houston Texans game of the season. That is going to be offsides on the defense, though, so it's going to be a free 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 33-yard line. Man in motion for Stokes. Hands the ball off. And there's going to be a broken tackle in the backfield by Melbourne, but he's going to run back into a gang of Stallions there, 3rd down. Offensive line thought Melbourne was going to be brought down a few yards back. They stopped blocking. Then he ended up getting back to the line of scrimmage for being brought down again.
Yeah, once again, with Melbourne, you can never be sure that he's going to be tackled unless he is on the ground. He will always keep pushing and keep fighting for extra yards.
This is 4 down. This is 4 down territory for the Texans with 56 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Sam Houston's trying to get down the field to score. This clock's still ticking and running. They need to see if they can get down the field and score here. Third down, Stokes drops back. He's under pressure, and he's going to be tripped up from behind for the first sack, I believe, of Stokes on the night. Fourth down. Offensive line didn't give Stokes any help there. Fourth down. We'll see what the head coach, Bobby Watkins, is going to do with 28 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're bringing out the kicker, I believe.
It's going to be a very long field goal for a high school kicker. As they're going to let the clock tick to the end of the third quarter. Folks, that was the third quarter. Put your fours in the chat. That means we're going to the fourth quarter. I'll tell you about a sponsor, and we'll see if the Texans will come back and get a win. After this is Texans football on Zach on the Productions. We'll be right back.
Looking for great Texas barbecue at a price that's easy to love? David's Barbecue has been serving the Arlington community for generations with generous portions, fair prices, and friendly service. Whether you're stopping in for a meal or picking up something to go, David's makes it easy. You can use the drive-thru or call 817-261-9998 to place your order. David's Barbecue. Stop by and taste the tradition. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
Fans, we are back here for the fourth quarter, and let us tell you about our fourth quarter sponsors here on the ZAP Network. Our fourth quarter sponsors are John Wade Roofing. For all your roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more, reach out to the family that does more. Visit johnwaderoofing.com. Sponsors our fourth quarter. Fans, put your fours in the chat because that means we are in the fourth. Let's see if the Texans can get a big win here. 4th and 11, ball at the 42-yard line. They're going to bring out the punt team.
I don't see a returner for North Mesquite.
As this punt is going to be a good one, a great one, but it's going to be kicked into the end zone too far. That is going to be a touchback for the Stallions, and that's where they'll take over at the 25-yard line. We'll take over that with them when we come back on the other side of this commercial break.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
And we're back here. Stallions take over at the 20-yard line after the touchback on the punt. 11:54 left to go in the ball game. Texans trail 21-18 in their home opener here at Choctaw Stadium, trying to get a big win in Bobby Watkins' head coaching debut. As the first play is going to be a handoff up the middle. Ball's on the ground. Texans look like they got it, and they're waiting on the call. I think they got it. Let's see. Everybody's waiting to see if they get it. They're going to say he was down, second down. I believe that's the second time tonight that the Texans had a chance for the fumble. There's also going to be a timeout on the field for an injured player. So we'll step aside and we'll be right back to see who that is on the other side of this break.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zacono Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Back here to Choctaw Stadium. Injured player was Jeremiah Baruman, number 77, one of the linemen for the Stallions offense. after the 5-yard run, which we thought there was a fumble at the end, but they said the runner was down. 2nd and 5, ball at the 25-yard line for North Mesquite. 11:27 left to go. That's going to be a handoff up the middle. Good job by the defense of the Texans there to wrangle that running back for a gain of nothing. Number 21 in the defense, Opare. First man back there to stop number 22, Barry, in his tracks. 3rd down and 5.
Just need to get one more stop here if you're Sam Houston, and you can't let it go very far, because that's what every single touchdown for North Mesquite has been, just a big run.
3rd down and 5. Look for the outside rocket toss. It's been working for the Stallions, but the defense has done a really good job for the Texans tonight containing it. 3rd and 5, man in motion. There's the handoff. Nope, it's going to be an option keeper. And it's going to pitch backwards to the running back, Barry, who's going to break past the tackle. He's going to be pushed out at the line. Judge says the 28. He's short of a 1st down. 4th and 1. That pitch by Palacios was behind the running back, Barry, who had to bring it back in, or else that would be a loss of more. But ended up being a good run there by Barry, recovered, but got pushed out of bounds. 4th and 1 at the 29. Texans need a stop here. Looks like the punt team is coming on the field for the Stallions. They probably figure that if they don't get this, they have to, if they don't get this, they give the Texans the ball in great territory.
Yeah, the risk reward here would not be that great.
If you're Sam Houston, you better prepare for a fake punt. Sam Houston's already gotten a fake punt tonight on a run like this. It's going to be kicked into the air to the night sky. It's going to touch down at the 40, and it's going to take a Stallions bounce to the 32, and that's where the Texans will take over on the other side of this commercial break. This is Texan football presented to you by John Wade Roofing. We will be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at John Wade Roofing.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
As we're back to action, before we even get action started, there's already a flag on the play to mark back the Texans. John Ethan, were you able to hear what he said the flag was?
I was not, unfortunately.
Whatever the flag was, there's a 5-yard penalty on Sam Houston. It's going to push him back 5. So instead of starting 1st and 10 at the 32, it's 1st and 15 at the 27. As the first play is going to be handoff on a jet sweep to Mangum, who's going to break through a tackle and then get blasted there at the 22-yard line. It's going to be a loss on that play.
A bit of a scuffle there.
A little extra action at the end of that play. Lost by Mangum. He took a shot there by 2 Stallions.
Yeah, that's one of the worst feelings, I bet. Just making a man miss. You think you got everything there, and then bam.
Yeah, they laid the lumber there, but if you're Sam Houston, you got to just wipe it off, get up, let's do it again. 2nd down at 15, trips right for Carmelo. Looks like they're going to bring a receiver off at the last minute. Melbourne in the backfield to the right of Mello. 2nd and 15 at the 27. Play action, fires over to the right. That ball's going to be caught in by Bingham, who's going to try to make a man miss, make something happen, but that's going to go nowhere. Brought down at the 27-yard line. 3rd down.
That was a tough hit by number 60 on North Mesquite. Skurlock. That's a cool last name, Skurlock.
Skurlock's going to lock you down. He's trying to lock down the Texans there. 3rd and 14 at the 28-yard line. 9 minutes left to go in the ball game, John Ethan. The Texans have 2 timeouts. They did blow one on the first drive at a halftime, trying to get points out of it. They end up with 3, and that's kind of the difference maker here. If they could have scored 6, it would be a tied game. But instead, it's a 3-point game. The Texans have the ball. Low snap. Stokes drops back, looks, fires over the middle, almost intercepted. Oh my goodness. threw one right to the defender, number 4 for North Mesquite, Xavier Parrish. Let the ball go through his hands, trying to get to Bell, his rotating receiver. If he was able to get it on to Bell's chest, he had a chance, but he throws it ahead, throws it behind him, almost picked. 4th and 14, ball at the 28-yard line.
It looks like Stokes also got hit at the end of that play. He was on the ground once that football also hit the ground, so.
The time is ticking here for Coach Watkins and the Texans. 21-18, 4:14 left to go at the 28-yard line. The Texans are going to have to punt this ball away into the night sky, and they do. Good punt. It's going to bounce down out of bounds around the 45 to 50-yard line. Line judge is going to put it, or field judge is going to put it at the 50, and that's where the Stallions will take over on the other side of this commercial break. Almost 8 minutes left to go in the ball game. 8:43. We'll be right back on the other side with this after this commercial break.
When it comes time for your family to say goodbye to a loved one, you need a neighbor by your side. Rooted in the Arlington community for years, Wade Family Funeral Home remains the only family-owned and operated service provider in the city. With a wide range of services and options, their experienced staff can help you craft a lasting tribute that will endure. Visit WadeFamilyFuneralHome.com for more information.
Back here to live action as the Stallions got out there pretty quickly, lined up in the flex bone. Run up the middle, goes nowhere. Good job by the Texans to bring up 2nd down and 10. The defense for Sam Houston has tightened up this half.
That run right there was Malcolm Berry, who had that touchdown earlier in the game. Just couldn't make anything happen.
Coach Watkins made good defensive changes after giving the 3 big, long touchdown runs in the first half. The defense is slowly tightening up, but the offense needs to get something going here. 8 minutes left to go in the ball game. 2nd and 10, ball at the 50, and North Mesquite has no worries about hiking this ball anytime soon. There's the option keeper by Palacios, who's going to get brought down at the 45-yard line. Good run on the option keeper there. Gain of 5, 3rd down.
Yeah, the benefit of having an offense that only runs the ball is that you can just run it up the middle and milk as much clock as possible.
3rd and 5. The Texans need to tighten up here and get the Stallions off the field. The offense needs to come up with a game plan. They've managed to drive down the field multiple times tonight, but they haven't came away with much. 3rd and 5, under center, option pitch to the short back, and that ball will be brought down. Big hit on the outside there by number 21, Opari. His helmet came off, but he blasted the running back. 4th down. That's how you put good contain on an option pitch there by Opari. 4th down for the Stallions. And the offense is staying out there.
I'm surprised they snapped that ball when they did. They had 17 seconds left on that play clock. It was ticking down the actual game clock, so I don't really know why you're not milking some of this clock off.
It looks like they're going to milk some of it now. The play clock's at 25 seconds. Game clock's at 7:12. So it's about a 13 to 14 second difference between the play clock and the game clock. As Palacios is going to get under center. 16-15 on the play clock, 7:01. He's going to keep it on the 4th down option keeper. He's going to be stopped close to the 1st down line.
Ooh.
I don't think he got it. Line judge is running in short. Field judge is running in short. It's looking like they're gonna mark him short of that 1st down line.
Watkins definitely saying it's short.
From the angle of the two referees ran in, that's short. And that is a 4th down stop. 1st down, Texans coming up. Good defensive stop there. We'll bring you back to this Texans drive on the other side of this commercial break.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
1st and 10 here for the Texans after that big 4th down stop. They kept Palacios short on the QB keeper, and now with 6:53 left to go, they have a chance to try to tie or win this game. They need to get down the field, though, but there's a flag already. It's going to be on Sam Houston again. Careless penalties. Careless penalties are going to hurt you. You have back-to-back drives that start with a flag before you even get a chance to get set. First and 15 now, ball at the 36-yard line of the Texans. Melbourne to the right of Stokes. Plenty of time left, 6:53 to go on the game clock. Hands the ball off to Melbourne, looking for a face mask. There might be one coming. There's not going to be anyone for Stokes to go. They had a grip of his face mask, missed the call there. Stokes managed to get 2 or 3 on the run, second down.
Yeah, if you're a Sam Houston fan watching this game, I know what you're probably screaming at your screen right now. Hold the ball. Every single turnover has just been poor ball carrying. So Sam Houston just needs to protect the ball on all of these plays on this drive.
Trips left. Stokes drops back. He's looking. He's about to get hit from the backside. Good job by Stokes to avoid the stack. And he's looking for a block. Nobody's going to leave. Nobody's going to block for him as he scrambles. Brought down back at the original line of scrimmage. Third down around the 41-yard line. Offensive line left him there to hang. Stokes took off running, ran into a blocker who wasn't blocking, and then ended up getting tackled by a defender from North Mesquite.
The only thing you can really say about that play is it could have been a lot worse, but still only ended up with a gain of 3.
Could have been a lot better. When you're an offensive lineman and your man goes past you, you got to turn around and hit the first guy you see. Have your quarterback out, but it's third down and 9 at the 42-yard line. Man in motion, trips left. Stokes drops back. He's looking left. Has a clean pocket. He's going to step up into it. He's going to take off running using his legs to the 50. And he's going to be out of bounds around the 45-yard line. First down, Sam Houston.
He was kind of doing a fake, telling the receiver to go downfield. There was no receiver back there. He just took it himself.
There was no receiver. There was a clean pocket, though. He had time to step up, find a hole, and got a first down. First down, Sam Houston. Clock still ticking. 5:26 left to go in the game. Tick, 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 tick. The clock does stop here. 5:26 left to go. First and 10, ball at the 46. See if the Texans can get something out of this drive. They have to score here. Handoff. Melbourne looking for a hole. Has a little bit of one. Breaks through a tackle. Keeps his feet moving. He has a first down, and he's dragging players down the field. First and 10 after the big run by Melbourne. He got stopped at the 40. Kept his feet moving. Spotted man. Went up to the 35. And got brought down to the 28. Sorry, the 32.
Heck of a run there.
Heck of a run for Melbourne. Keeping those legs moving. Big running back down there for the Texans. First and 10 at the 32-yard line. Melbourne to the left of Stokes, trying to make the defense jump. Showing blitzes the Stallions. Middle of the field is open, though. Safeties are playing within 5 to 7 yards if Stokes can get somebody behind the safeties. Hands the ball off to Melbourne, not looking to throw it. Hands it off. Good run. Breaks through a tackle. And he's going to be brought down again after another first down. Melbourne running like Jerome Bettis, the bus down there. First down, Texans. He is taking people with him every time he gets the ball, John Ethan.
I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in a touchdown. You might see 4 North Mesquite players just Melbourne dragging all of them before he's even brought down.
Melbourne number 10 down there next to Carmelo Stokes. He's been carrying the ball all night tonight for the Texans. And they're going to give it to him again. No, he's going to pull it back. RPO, throw across the middle on a slant, almost picked off. Dangerous pass on the slant. Didn't see the safety come across in front of him. Try to get the ball to Bell again. Second down.
Yeah, that window for that throw just slammed shut right before that ball could get to Bell right there.
It is 9:30 at night, folks, and we are up, we are amped, and we are watching some good football. 21-18, 4:09 left to go in the ball game. Second down and 10 at the 21-yard line. Texans are in range to try to tie this game. But they got to hold on to the ball here and end this drive with points somehow. Hands the ball off to Melbourne. He's going to keep it. No, Stokes going to keep it himself. Pulls to the outside. Makes a man miss and brought down at the 15-yard line. Gain of about 5 or 6 for Carmelo Money. Third down. Clock's ticking now. We're under 4 minutes after that big run by Melo.
Field goal here ties the game, but if you're Bobby Watkins, if you're Carmelo Stokes, if you're any Sam Houston fan, you're wanting that touchdown.
As we're going to have a timeout called by the Stallions. First timeout by North Mesquite. We'll be right back on the other side of that timeout break. This is Texan football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Got a cleanup or construction project? Trinity Dumpsters makes cleanup easy with dependable roll-off rentals from 10 to 30 yards. You rent it, fill it, and we haul it away. Call or text 817-693-1302 or visit trinitydumpsters.com. Trinity Dumpsters. Rent. Fill. We haul.
Yeah. And we're back here, folks. 3rd and 4. Ball at the 15-yard line. Texans trail 21-18. 3:45 left to go in the ball game. And the Texans have been nothing but money this drive so far on the legs of Money, Mello, and Melbourne. A lot of M's there, M&M. They've come out here on the 3rd and 4 after a good scramble on 2nd down by Carmelo Stokes.
Just a quick update on number 11 for Sam Houston. Dan Santillion still on the sideline, but he is up. So that is very, very good sign.
He is up. He has his helmet on. He might have a chance to go back in. So he looks like he's feeling better after coming out earlier from that shot on the first drive of the half. Heavy look for the Texans. Only 2 receivers out there. Melbourne's going to get the handoff. Nope, that's going to be the freshman Patterson who's going to fight ahead. Brought down. 4th down. They took Melbourne out. They put the freshman out there, Patterson, and he's going to be swallowed up. A gain of nothing there. 4th down and decision time. If you kick it or if you go for it. I think you have to kick it here, down by 3. 3 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, especially how your defense has been looking. Currently 0 points for North Mesquite the second half. I would kick the field goal, get that tie, and then just try and get that ball back.
There's a lot on this. There's a lot of stakes on this kick. 3 minutes left to go. The holder at the 20. The kick is up. It is good. Tied ball game, 21-21. Texans make the kick. We will bring the final 3 minutes back to you in a tied ball game here. Texans football on the other side of this commercial break.
Are you a small owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
And we're back. 4th quarter, 3 minutes left to go. And everybody's up sweating here at Choctaw Stadium because we have a brand new ball game, John Ethan. 21-21. The Texans at one point in time trailed 21-7 back in the first half. And the Stallions had the ball with a chance to try to do something before halftime. It all changed after a 4th down stop and a knee by the punter on a bad snap. The Texans have scored and have scored an unanswered amount of points to tie this game back up. As the kick was off, it is fielded and is going to be tackled. Clothesline. John Bradshaw Layfield will be proud of that clothesline, brought down at the 23-yard line.
Showing no mercy to the returner.
No mercy at all. Good tackle by number 21, Opari, showing him that he is ready for this 4th quarter drive. The Texans were down 21-7. They have scored 14 unanswered to go and tie this ball game up in a game that looked very promising for them in the first quarter. A few turnovers in the second quarter, but now they're back in this game. The defense has done a good job here, but I don't want to have to be an announcer jinx. They got to continue to keep their heads up, keep their heads on a swivel. You got to get the stop here and get the ball back one more time for your offense. 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line for Stallions. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle. No, option pitch to the outside. Nobody's on the outside. The running back's going to get out there. Chased down by Opari at the 45. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Stallions of North Mesquite. Big run there by number 5, Evans. I thought Evans had green grass to go. Good job by Opari to chase him down. But now the Stallions are in Texan territory. We're going to mark them back down at 45. They're almost in Texan territory. that was a very dangerous run there. Everybody bit on the run. Nobody followed the option pitch there.
Yeah, that's what you did not want to see for Sam Houston's defense after being nearly perfect this entire second half, just giving up a big gain.
As they're going to have number 77, who got injured earlier in the game, Barum, the left guard. He's out now. They're going to have to walk him back out. I guess he came back in earlier. He's not doing it right over there. He's limping, but he makes it under his own power off the field.
I think number 70 came in from Miguel
Camargo in for number 77, Baruman, as they're going to run a flex bone. Nobody over on the top of the screen. No, there's a receiver at the very top. Palacios under center. 2:46 left to go in the ball game. Texans need a stop here. Handoff up the middle. Good job by Opari to keep that runner from getting anywhere. Barry, gain of 1. Opari being a force over there. Making tackles from his defensive end spot. Fans, thank you for joining us for this great game of opening week action. We will have more of this next week when the Zap Productions return. But as of now, we got 2:20 left to go in this ball game. Texans under Coach Bobby Watkins, first year under the helm. He's trying to get a win to start off his coaching career at Sam Houston on the east side of Arlington. 2:10 left to go in the ball game. 2nd and 9, ball at the 46. Man in motion, option, run up the middle, and good job again by the defense to bring down Perry after a gain of. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, if not 1. 3rd down. As we have a timeout on the field. Timeout, Sam Houston. As they take a timeout, we will take one timeout with them. We'll be right back on the other side of this commercial break.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Back here at Choctaw Stadium, my apologies, folks. I thought that was a timeout. That was the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go in the ball game in this 4th quarter of action. Fans, don't forget, after this, we have the John Wade Roofing postgame show where we will go over stats and talk about what we saw from the Texans that really impressed us for week 1. We'll talk about where we'll be next week. The Zap Network will be back again. I know we'll have a game here for Bowie and South Grand Prairie next week, but tonight we still got 2 minutes left to go. 3rd and 9, ball at the 46. Stallions have 2 timeouts. Texans 2 timeouts. Texans need to stop here to try to get the ball back. Stallions have yet to complete a pass all game. No passing yards on the game for North Mesquite, who made the drive all the way down from Mesquite. They're looking to go back home with a win. Sam Houston's looking to go back to the east side with the win. Let's see who can beat who. So far, only 1 win in the city of Arlington, and that was the Arlington Colts yesterday as they beat Byron Nelson. The Volunteers lost last night, 19-13 at Rock Hill. Texans looking to be the 2nd team in the city of Arlington to get a win. Last we looked, the Vikings were trailing to Little Elm. The Warriors were trailing to the Tigers over at Mansfield. Alito was trailing to North Crowley.
Alito didn't even have a point yet.
3rd down. Man in motion. There's the rocket toss on the outside. He's going to be brought down to the backfield. Gain of nothing. 4th down for Sam Houston. Good defensive stop on that rocket toss. Number 44 for the Texans. Jaden Lawrence got back there first and told Barry, not today. 1:55 left to go as we have a Texans timeout. That is their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half. They have 1 timeout remaining. 4th and 9, ball at the 46-yard line. Interesting decision here coming up for North Mesquite. You punt it, you make the Texans go the length of the field. If you go for it and miss, Sam Houston's got 2 minutes, go about 40 yards for a field goal. But North Mesquite still has 2 timeouts left. John Ethan, what are you looking for in the last 2 minutes?
I'm being honest, I probably would punt just because you're already giving them enough opportunity, good field position if anything goes wrong here for Sam Houston. If I'm North Mesquite, I would just punt it, let Sam Houston go the full length of the field, and
Try to play defense.
play defense, get a stop, get a turnover, or possibly head this thing to overtime.
Cameraman, producer, extraordinaire, executive producer, Pops. He is the patriarchy of the whole thing. I know he wants to go to work happy on Monday with the Sam Houston Texans win. But we got 2 minutes to get there. As the Stallions come back onto the field, looks like they're going to punt. But the Texans have nobody back to return. Nope, they're going to send out a returner at the last minute. Be careful for a fake. Sam Houston's already successfully converted a fake earlier in the game, back in the first half. 4th and 9, Bingham back to return this punt. As we have a man in motion, there's a flag. It's going to be a false start on the offense. The number 22, the flanker, took off too early on that punt.
Yeah, that's Barry.
Barry, who has done a good job running the ball. He was too busy, too worried to get down the field. He ended up getting past the line of scrimmage too quick. Flag on Barry. We'll see what the yardage is going to be. You might make him re-punt it if you're Sam Houston. I believe that goes as an illegal shift because the motion guy was Barry. He comes down and it takes off too early. And Sam Houston's looking like they're going to make him re-kick. The punt return team is still out there.
Yeah, that's a good decision by Sam Houston.
Great decision by Coach Bobby Watkins in his first year coming over from the Mesquite ISD area. He's over now at the east side of Arlington for Sam Houston, taking over for Chris James, who retired last season. Chris James was one of my coaches at Arlington High back in the day, dating myself. Dating him would be saying, hey, he's old enough that he ran track with my uncle back in the day. So Coach Watkins looking to get a win here at his new job, as that punt is going to be into the night sky. It is going to be short, but it's going to take a Stallion bounce. Good roll down to the 24-yard line. And the Texans will have to go 76 yards for a touchdown. At least 50 yards for a field goal.
In 1 minute and 31 seconds.
And Sam Houston still has 2 timeouts left to go. So you have 2 timeouts. You have 91 seconds and the ball. Let's see what the Texans can do here. Let's see what Watkins can do. As Carmelo Stokes brings the offense back onto the field. Melbourne's on the sideline. Got a lot of receivers out there for Stokes. 5 wide. Melbourne and the backup running back Patterson, the freshman, are both on the sideline. So you have 5 wide receivers out there for Carmelo Stokes. Now we have a running back coming at the last minute. That is the freshman Patterson to the right. Nope, that is Bingham to the right. He's going to motion over to the left. Screen potentially incoming. It's going to be a keeper. QB draw up the middle. Good run. First down. Close to first down yardage by Carmelo Stokes. Good RPO draw there by Sam Houston. Letting Carmelo Stokes use his legs. Found a hole up the middle. Barreled through. He came close to the first down. They marked him down about 2 yards short. Second down, Sam Houston. Texans moving fast. Trip left. Handoff up the middle. This is going to be first down by Bingham. He's fighting, breaks off 2 tackles, and he's carrying 3 Stallions with him down to the 40-yard line. First down, Sam Houston. 1 minute left to go in the ball game. Exactly 1 minute left to go in the ball game.
Another North Mesquite player down.
And another Stallion down. While they check on the Stallion, we will step aside one last time. This is Texan football. We'll be right back after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Back here to Choctaw Stadium. 1 minute and 1 second left to go here in the ball game. 21-21. And Sam Houston's looking at a 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. after a big run by Bingham, the receiver, who was back there after they came out to start the drive in 5 wide. 2 Stallions on the ground. One was cramping for sure, and that is number 4 for
Xavier Parrish.
and then number 15.
Sorry, number 4 was Xavier Parrish. Number 15 was Elijah Fontenot.
Both cramping on the ground. It is hot down there. Still probably 90, if not, I don't know, high 80s. But it's hotter down there on the field. It is hot up here because we're excited for the final minute. 1:01 left to go in the ball game. Texans have 2 timeouts, and they have the ball. We have a timeout called by North Mesquite. I mean, the Stallions with 1 timeout left. The Arlington Colts have won yesterday. They are the only win in the district so far. Last we looked, Alito was getting ran over by North Crowley. Lamar was losing, Martin was losing, and Bowie lost yesterday.
Hoping to check that Lamar game and see a big W right next to it.
Sam Houston currently has a chance to be the 2nd team in the city of Arlington, unless somebody can update me on a few scores. 2nd team in the city of Arlington to get a win this weekend. That would make the Zap Network 2-1. Next week, Zap Network will be back. Both games at home. Arlington will be at UTA next week, taking on Eaton High School. And Bowie will be here at Choctaw Stadium as their first home game of the year, taking on former rival, still rival, 360 rival South Grand Prairie. That's all next week. We still got 60 seconds left to go. The snap to Stokes. Stokes fires out to the running back. Out the back, that's Bingham. He's going to catch it out of the flat. He's going to get down to the 41-yard line, 42. He's going to get down for a first down. Good run there by Bingham after the catch on the flat. First down, Texans. 53 seconds left to go after that big completion to Bingham. Bingham, who's listed here as a receiver, but it gives you the option when you're in the 5 wide by bringing that receiver in. Put Bingham in the backfield next to Stokes, let him leak out into the flat. Stallions never saw it coming. 1st and 10, trips left, Bingham still in the backfield. We saw Sam Houston make a field goal the last drive. If they can try to get in field goal range again, they can win this. The snap to Stokes. He drops back. He's looking. He's going to find a gap in that pocket. He's going to take off. He's going to have a blocker in front of him. He's going to scurry out about the 36-yard line or so. Second down and about 3.
Not only is Stokes a really great runner, he's also a smart runner too. You love to see that in a quarterback.
Very intelligent young man out there is Carmelo Stokes. I saw him last year a few games, and he impressed me very well. He's a senior for this Texans team. He's one of the leaders on this offense. He is showing his skill. He is showing his, like you said, his intelligence. Not to take a sack, find the hole in the blocking and run up the middle to get those yards. Now the 2nd down and 2 at the 35-yard line. 46 seconds left to go. Man in motion. That's Bell. Stokes drops back. He's looking. He's under pressure this time. He throws one up. In double coverage. And it is picked but out of bounds. Let's see if they're going to say he's in bounds. Out of bounds on the interception. Sam Houston will keep the ball on a bad pass by Stokes. Stokes thought he had one-on-one coverage. Never saw the safety come over. And the safety just flew in to pick it off, but stayed, couldn't keep his feet in bounds. 3rd down, Sam Houston's going to keep the ball. We've seen 2 big catches today by both teams, John Ethan, on the sideline. We saw a Moss by Duncan back in the 1st quarter. Couldn't keep his feet in there. You saw the pick there. As there's going to be a flag on the play because the lineman didn't get off the field in time. Bingham's going to get it, going to carry the ball up to the 31-yard line. Brought down about the 31. A little bit of extra physical activity after the play, but that's a free play. Number 50 couldn't get off the field in time for North Mesquite. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. Well, it does either way. That would have been a free first down for Sam Houston, if not for the run from Bingham. 50 yards from Bingham's run. At the 31-yard line. So the Texans are 31 yards away from taking a lead for the first time tonight.
Looking at that Sam Houston sideline, I'm watching both kickers right now. Alex Cherez and Pedro Medellin practicing, warming up. just in case they need him.
And Nadell, I believe, was the one that made the field goal of the last drive. Trips left. Bingham still in the backfield next to Stokes. Stokes is going to have a good block on the left-hand side. He's going to use his legs to get around to the edge. Get brought down around the 26, 27-yard line. Managed to get there. No holding on the play, so that worked. Clock still ticking, though. 20 seconds left. Sam Houston does have 2 timeouts. You got to call one. You got to move fast. Their coaches out there on the field yelling, move fast. 10 seconds left on the clock. 9, 8. It lines up there fast. We're going to have a false start on the left side of the offensive line. Sam Houston has 2 timeouts left. They refuse to use one there.
5 seconds left on the clock.
And have left themselves 5 seconds to make a very long field goal. Instead of calling the 2 timeouts that they have, they try to get the offense to spike the ball. Offense wasted 25 seconds there trying to figure out what the coaching staff was yelling at them. Oh my goodness. Ball is at the 31-yard line.
31.
To avoid the 10-second runoff, Sam Houston is going to lose a timeout. Because I know when you have a delay of game at the end, under so many seconds left in the college ranks, it's a 10-second runoff if you have a penalty. So they end up losing the timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff there. But now it's still 3rd down at the 31-yard line with 5 seconds left to go on the play clock. And you're going to bring the field goal unit out for a very long field goal.
I believe that's a 48-yarder.
Yeah, you have your holder, Chauncey Price, at the 38-yard line for potentially the game here. 48-yard field goal. Number 84 out there for Sam Houston. That is Charez. He has hopefully a leg of steel, because that was some bad time management there at the very end of that drive. And we're going to have a timeout by North Mesquite to ice the kicker. Sam Houston had the ball with about 25 seconds left to go on the clock. Instead of calling a timeout, John Ethan, they let the clock run down, trying to get the offense up to the line of scrimmage really quick. And instead, they get down with about 5 seconds left, trying to avoid, then they have to avoid the penalty on the false start by burning a timeout anyways. So you end up losing 20 seconds, you lose a timeout, and you didn't gain anything out of it because they weren't looking at the clock. Now, instead of having an easier field goal for your kicker, you have now put him at 48 yards instead of what you could possibly had at 40 or 35.
Yeah, don't really understand that process right there. Me and you were talking off air about how a 32-yarder wasn't really a chip shot here in high school. A 48-yarder, I mean, that's miles long for some kids.
A 48-yarder means that this kid, Charles, has a bronze leg, the senior. Chauncey Price at the 38-yard line, taking the knee, waiting for the snap, waiting to get set so we can get ready for the final 5 seconds here of the ball game. We're 5 seconds away from probably overtime or a walk-off kick by the Sam Houston Texans. There was some bad clock management there, though, on the final part of that 30 seconds from the Texans coaching staff and the offense. But it can all be erased in a forgotten memory if this kick goes in. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. It is. It is good. 48 yards. And Charles has a leg of gold. Texans walking off 24-21. I'm sorry, I apologize for criticizing the mistake of the coaching staff of not calling the timeout. Charles made up for it, 48 yards. And the Texans get a week 1 victory under head coach Bobby Watkins to start his campaign on the east side of Arlington. Texans win, John Ethan, 24-21. We will be right back with the John Wade Roofing postgame show right after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the John Wade Roofing postgame show here at Choctaw Stadium, where the Sam Houston Texans get a walk-off field goal from Alexander Charez, the senior kicker, 48 yards to get a win, 24-21 over the North Mesquite Stallions. And Bobby Watkins' head coaching debut here on the east side of Arlington. We're not at Wyoming, so I can't say the east side. We're at the north side at Choctaw Stadium. Johnny, what was your takeaway on that field goal?
Bobby Watkins, maybe I'm just not familiar with your game. Maybe you know something that I don't. But sending out Alex Charez for that 48-yard bomb. I mean, heck of a leg on that kid. Great ball. Just absolutely demolished it. Straight down the middle, too. Not like something like squeaked in or anything. Straight down the middle. Just an amazing way for Bobby Watkins to get a walk-off field goal as his debut win.
And they will be chanting east side for the rest of the night as they get a win to carry this back to the east side of Arlington. 24-21, the Texans win. At one point in time, they were down 21-7 right before halftime. The Stallions had the ball, and then a 3-and-out before the punter takes a knee on a bad snap to give the Texans good field position with a few seconds left to go in the first half. Texans scored, made it 21-15. They got the ball. They had a chance to score a few times in the third and fourth quarter. They ended up with 2 field goals. And then we got the 21-21. We were expecting a brand new ball game because we had finally gotten some points. The Texans offense might have kind of fallen asleep a little bit finishing drives, but they got in field goal range for 3 field goals there in the second half. And what they did, most importantly, John Ethan, they held the Stallions on offense to 0 points in the second half.
I mean, what more can you say about that game? North Mesquite had it in the bag, but then it all just went wrong after that punter took the knee. No points were scored in this second half, as you said. Just Sam Houston's defense, who was, I mean, quite frankly, non-existent in the second quarter, woke up. Don't know what Bobby Watkins said in the locker room over there, but whatever he said woke them up for them in the second half to shut out North Mesquite's crazy offense, because they were scoring touchdowns left and right. 22, 63, 78-yard touchdowns, because no Sam Houston player was going to touch Sewell, Green, and Barry on their touchdowns. But then they woke up, and especially when they were trying to get, North Mesquite was trying to get Barry going on offense, just up the middle, slamming into that defensive wall of Sam Houston.
John Ethan, we got to talk about who our player of the game is. There's a lot of players you can name. You can name the defense as an entire unit in the second half. You can name the kicker there, Alexander Charez, who kicked that field goal 48 yards to win the game. Carmelo Stokes had great numbers there in the first and second half, and he carried the team along. If it was me, the kicker made 3 kicks, Charez there in the second half to give you the win when you were down. That's my vote. John Ethan, who do you got?
Yeah, I think a strong honorable mention, I think, goes both to the defense and Carmelo Stokes out there, because with his legs, he was able to create more opportunities on those possessions. But once again, you got to go to the kid who made that 48-yard. Once again, this is high school. This is not a gimme kick. A 48-yard bomb down the middle. Alex Charez is also my vote for player of the game.
There you go, folks. That's our player of the game. Also, our scoreboard report is presented to you by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you need a cast iron replacement specialist at 817-807-7069, the Arlington area for over 16 years. That is Pipe and Peak Plumbing. They do our scoreboard report for us at the end of the game on the John Wade Roofing postgame show. Score from yesterday. Obviously, as we talked about, Arlington Colts, they end up getting a win over Byron Nelson. So they had the first win in the district. Bowie fell yesterday, 19-13, to Prosper Rock Hill at Rock Hill in a game that Bowie had a chance to win. And now, as of what we know currently, Sam Houston is the second team in the city of Arlington to get a win with a 24-21 walk-off victory over the North Mesquite Stallions. I know a few other games in the district are still going on. Lamar's playing Little Elm at UTA. Martin, well, last time we looked, was trailing to Mansfield, and Aledo was nowhere near to be found versus North Crowley, but we will see Aledo down the road as they are now part of District 36A, and they're the dogs to go chase after. For the way these Texans played tonight, these Texans are scared of nobody. Took on the Italians. They took on the best shot that North Mesquite got for a win for Bobby Watkins to start the season off 1-0 in his career on the east side. As for us here at ZAP, we will be back here again next week after having the 2-1 weekend for the ZAP Network. Hey, it's a winning weekend for us, right? You got Colts win, you got Texans win. The Texans, I believe, are on the road next week. We will be here. I will be here at Choctaw Stadium for the Bowie Volunteers, taking on the South Grand Prairie Warriors in a game of old rivals, cross 360 rivals, guys that know each other very well. That's a game to look forward to. The Arlington Colts, they'll be at UTA for their home opener versus Eaton High School. Final thoughts, John Ethan, on your broadcast debut?
I mean, it was very, very fun. I mean, what else to say when your debut call is once again at Choctaw Stadium? And might I add, a comeback victory for Sam Houston. Not a gimme whatsoever. No team I really thought had a dominant performance over one. They were both really equal until that 48-yard kick, game winner by Alex Cherez. Very, very exciting debut game.
For all of us here at the ZAP Network that's been with us all weekend, we appreciate everybody that's watched both the Colts, the Volunteers, and now the Texans. Go out there and play in an exciting week one for all three teams. For Pops here, running camera, he's going to go back to work Monday, a happy man as a Sam Houston Texan employee. For Zach the Voice, who was here helping do some maintenance work. For John Ethan, and for myself, I am Jod Holly. We will see you all next week. Until then, make sure you follow all things